What's happening, guys? It's Adam here. Just before we go into this week's episode, I want to let you know that we do an extra episode of this shit every single week exclusively on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a way for you to financially support this podcast while getting a few rewards for yourself. Now, you can sign up for £3 a month, £5 a month, or £10 a month. The more money you give us, the more benefits you get. But even the people who only sign up for £3 a month, which is what, less than the price of a fancy coffee, you get an extra episode every single week, which is about an hour and a half long, where it's just me and Dan most of the time. You also get early access to these public episodes with the guests. You get discounts on merch, discounts on live shows, early access to tickets for stuff like that. And also, you get access to every single Patreon episode we've already done as soon as you sign up. There's a shitload of stuff there. It's a massive back catalogue. We've been doing this for months now. Sign up today at patreon.com/haveawordpod. The link is in the description. Subscribe to this channel while you're there. Give us a little like on the video, and let's get to the podcast.
Episode 100.
Well, we call it episode 100, don't we? It's probably like episode 197.
How many patrons at a guess exclusives have we done? We've done probably 30. Do you reckon? 35? Must
Between
be
25 and 35.
Must be like May, 7 months of patrons. So 4 times 7, 28. I bet there's a couple of extra, probably 30.
With the extras,
few
the
bonus.
bonuses, yeah.
But I mean, if we're going for the OCD sufferers, self-diagnosed, this is 100.
Yeah, this is episode 100 of the numbered episodes. Of the episodes we decided to give a number to.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much. I work very hard for this. To turn up here every week with absolutely no plan whatsoever and see how it goes.
And just trust that you're talking to people that you have decent chemistry with. And who's got the lead? We've got the lead. Episode 100, thanks to everyone who's been involved right from the off, even if you've just picked it up. But this is not like, I don't even feel like we've done that much for Christmas. It's episode 100, but we're like, yeah, but it's going to be an episode of 100 of 1,000. So in my head, everyone's like, congratulate. I've had a few messages going, amazing, episode 100. And I'm like, yeah, it's just an episode. We'll smash it. We'll smash the next one. And we're going to try and do 500 more.
What's quite mad is, by this time next year, it'll actually only be episode 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
That's annoying, isn't it?
It's just because of that.
We're 2 years away from episode 200.
So
unless we get locked down again and we do it every day again.
It just doesn't feel... Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that because they listen, obviously. But they're like, yeah, I do want you to do it every day. Never again. But I think it's quite a thing, isn't it? Quite a thing. And then it's our first birthday in a couple of weeks as well. So thanks for your support and many more. And I hope you had a nice Christmas. We're recording this before Christmas, so it feels a bit weird. This is the Christmassy episode.
Yeah. We haven't really done much Christmassy stuff, have we? We put fucking ho, ho, ho up. We put your mad up here.
No, you bought 1,400 fucking Christmas bulbs for the biggest dickhead Christmas
you can't
tree.
see it, but the entire studio is covered in lights.
They start at the fire exit, work their way round. We've just started lobbing on it. We're like,
did you just call that the fire exit as if there's another one?
the door. The door.
The window's the fire exit.
The fire exit's the window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ground floor, aren't we?
Mm.
You ever been in a fire?
No.
Yeah.
But
Have
I've
you
jumped,
Yeah.
Have you,
About 3 or 4 now.
yeah?
I'm getting good at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam couldn't move and he hurt his shoulder.
What would you have done if there was a fire when you hurt your shoulder and it was out of place?
I'd have burned to death, Daniel.
The flames are bad, but I can't move my shoulder.
I couldn't move. I was glued to the bed. Maybe like the serotonin kicks in there and you could move. Maybe.
Serotonin. Just get
Is
all...
it serotonin?
It's adrenaline, isn't
Just
it?
a flush of happiness, like, I'm going to burn alive. That's all you need if you don't believe in drugs. Just like take a bit of fucking lighter fluid, set a clubber on fire as they're dancing like, ah, woo, feeling great.
Would you jump out of a building like
on
2?
fire.
Would you jump like 2 stories?
I'd jump maximum 4 stories.
4 stories.
Pull that number out your ass.
What?
4 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to get out of a fire.
What story? Like, so obviously we're ground, safe as houses. Climb out, maybe catch like a bollock on a latch. That's about as bad as it's going to get, innit?
Oh, that hurt.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt that.
Why have you got your bollocks
Why
out down
would
in
you
a fire?
need to put that in?
You always take you get your dick and balls out in a fire.
Is that the...
Of course, mate.
That's Fire 101.
That's Fire 101.
Remember the assembly
You don't
point?
want burnt shorts or sweaty balls.
So it's like,
Room
remember the
temperature-
assembly point, stop, drop, roll, get your bollocks out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't know that.
Mine are getting more sort of fluidy. They're like sort of, getting...
Balls?
Oh, yeah, they're
Are you
dropping.
getting bigger?
They're not dropping like, drop in. They're like, no, they're not.
Did you use them as like a cover?
They're not enlarged.
A quilt?
It's just. I
Could you
literally
Arabian
flop
goggles
my
yourself?
40-year-old balls over the fire.
Could you Arabian goggles yourself?
Just hide under it, like Harry Potter's invisibility cloak. I'm a growth.
Oh, imagine how horrible that'd be.
What we're saying? I've literally all I can see in my head
How
is
many
my own
stories
balls.
could you jump out of?
So ground floor, your safest houses.
yeah.
Let's just do this building because these aren't, quite tall
Right.
ceilings, aren't they?
Yeah.
So first floor's not dicking about.
No, first floor, you're fine.
What? Yeah. What?
Yeah, you
what
just
kind
break
of
your fall.
what kind of jump you going for?
Like,
Adam a cannonball. Even though he didn't need to.
Fucking flying squirrel.
well, you do that and then you just break your fall and roll.
No, but
Tuck
don't
and roll.
you don't you climb out and then
Lower
and sort of-
yourself.
and then hang and then drop because you basically reduce. You actually take a jump like you're at the fucking deep end. Cannonball!
No, you spread yourself wide.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Belly flop onto
Belly
the
flop.
concrete.
No,
Because then it spreads the impact.
no, you land on your legs, but you let your knees buckle, and then you roll and you stand up, and you're like, what?
From 4 stories.
No, we're doing third story.
I don't think the tactics changes no matter how many
That's
stories
about-
you go up.
That's about 5 meters in the air.
17 stories, you still do the same thing and hope for the best.
Stop, drop, take the impact on your knees and roll. I think your knees would be in the ground.
Well, have you got a better option?
Yeah,
What?
backflip.
I'd be the nonce that's fucking clinging on, and then
Couldn't you
And then
just do that? Because the outside of the building doesn't burn, does it?
Does.
You just hang out the building. It was concrete.
Do you try and climb down like a free climber?
No, you just stay
How
there as
long do you
as
think you could hold yourself?
6 days, 6, 7 days.
Well, I keep seeing that.
I think you could
6,
last
7 days. I can't decide if it's bullshit or you two just like through growing up together. Your banter's like, no, I'd be fucking amazing. I could hang for 6, 7 days. Fuck
No,
it.
I reckon you'd last about a minute and a half.
Well, I've just seen that challenge. I don't know if you see it on social media a lot, but the 100-second hanging by the bar challenge, where it's like 100
Yeah.
quid or
Oh,
100
yeah, and you can't do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
and you've got to hang
Impossible,
for
isn't it?
100. And one, I've just seen the video where one guy did it.
Yeah, but
And
he's in on it.
right.
He's in on it to get the other people walking past
He's in
to
on
be
it.
like,
Yeah. Oh, do you know what?
you can do it.
No, actually, do you know what? I think Adam's right because I was watching the video and I could see Hillary Clinton. No, in the back, I was like, is that Hillary? And then she had like a child's leg in her mouth. Just chewing on it. Little starter for her. Yeah. Fucking
What are
naughty.
you two talking about? That is very distracting.
It's literally just work stuff.
It's
Okay.
just production.
I was just like, what are they whispering for? Are they talking about me? Are they talking about Dan?
Why are
What's
you
going
getting
on?
paranoid?
I don't know. I had some alcohol last
They're a
night.
production team. They're literally going, how should we produce this? And you're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about Hillary Clinton for?
Yeah.
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm literally just helping Finn
Just-
with production.
Just play to me, mate. We did it. We did about 60 of these episodes before he was here.
It's off-putting. And I'm still a bit hazy because I had some booze.
Oh, he's
I had a
ropey.
bottle of red wine last night.
Oh, you're
I've
a
only drank red wine.
cultured. You're a
Yeah.
cultured drinker, aren't you?
Uh,
Mold or red?
Rioja.
Oh,
I had a Rioja.
Rioja.
And a beer.
And now you're having a Pepsi Max Cherry. Oh,
And I finished
you've
with
grown,
a
sir.
cocktail called a Rumpa Pum Pum. And I only got it because it looked like it had Poom Poom written in it.
can I have a Roo Poom Poom, please? Are you Poom Poom?
Yeah, I had a little cocktail, little rum cocktail. Basically like a rum sours.
This
It's
is
called a
this is
Rumpa Pum
out.
Pum.
You went for
Yeah.
some beverages.
And for a substantial meal.
Of course. 6 Scotch eggs
Yeah.
and a glass of Rioja.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a wine man.
I didn't used to be, but I like a red wine. A good red wine is nice. A bad one tastes like vinegar, but a good one,
Right.
You a wine man, yeah?
red wine's nice, yeah.
He's changed.
Yeah, you're growing up.
He's changed.
I either like a really good red wine or a really cheap rosé and lemonade.
There you go. There he's back. Or the beer through the pipes. Nice one. Yeah, I'll have that when they're cleaning the pipes.
Yeah.
I've never been into wine.
It's nice. I feel all sophisticated when I've got a red wine. I feel like I look like I know something.
Really.
You don't though.
No, but
you don't know much.
it doesn't matter, does
Do
it?
what do you have, like? Does it change how you talk? Because I think you could ruin that by going, "That's Bosta." I love red. Do they do blue wine? I won't fucking drink it.
Blue beer.
Up the fucking reds.
No, but like, you know, when you sat there like with your glass of wine, you take a little sip of it, and you put like, you look like you're contemplating something. If you do that with a beer, you look like you're trying to get rid of your troubles. With a red wine, it looks like you're trying to solve a problem.
Yeah, yeah. That I think that about all wine drinkers.
Yeah.
Like at Christmas when my parents are trying to drink it out of a box, I'm like, they're fucking trying to work it out. How to fucking leave the house.
You a wine man, Dan?
Oh.
No?
No, I've just never...
Same. I don't like coffee either. And I think you have to have like you have to develop like a palate for stuff like that.
You have to have a good palate, and you're just a fucking child, aren't you?
No.
Fucking hell. One
he has one
glass of Rioja and he's matured 20 years.
He's fucking... That must sound horrendous to the people listening.
It doesn't sound good in my ears. Is that nice?
To everyone who's listening, not watching, Adam's just sucked it.
Neither of you like
nice.
coffee, actually. So you're both fucking gimps, aren't you?
Yeah, because I don't want to be... Like, you depend on coffee.
I don't.
A lot. No, you do.
I don't depend on it.
No, but I don't mean depend on
I'll
it.
stop
to
whenever I
live.
want.
Okay,
As he's rubbing his dick against the Costa window.
You rely on it for some things. To get
I
you up.
enjoy it, yeah, and I enjoy the little mini high you get from it.
I don't think that's as much as a finger point. Like, about 3/4 of the country rely on caffeine.
No, yeah,
in the
totally,
morning.
yeah. I don't want to, though. I don't want to have to go, I can't live until I've had a coffee.
No, but
in
I'm
the
not
morning.
like that. My default isn't affected.
Oh, okay.
Like, my default is my default. It's not like I've got negative because I haven't had coffee. Coffee's just always a bonus.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's like cocaine.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't need it, but some mornings you wake up, bowl of cereal, big line of ching, and then you're off. That's how you live.
Exactly.
Because you're mature now. Because you've grown up.
Yeah.
I like coffee once in a while. Like, I don't hate the taste or anything. I like a cappuccino or something. Sometimes it's quite nice.
Well, I had, so I don't do coffee,
Greg's
but
do a good coffee once.
my final exam in uni, the big one.
Dude, the coffee's quite good.
Yes.
The big fella in uni, my last English exam. It was make or break. And I've been in the library since like 5 a.m. My exam was at 11. I was like, I'm lagging a bit here. Do you know what I'll do? I'll have a tactical double espresso.
Wow.
And I don't drink coffee. And during the exam, I could like hear colour.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like
like-
fucking
That's
wild.
like having a tactical bit of heroin.
No, I don't think heroin. I don't think, maybe modafinil, maybe coffee, maybe cocaine. I don't think heroin's ever You've got to pass the exam. It's the end of your exam and you've stayed up all night. Fucking smack, mate. Smack me up.
Yeah, that was
Heroin must be
fucked.
boss though, mustn't it? Like, it must be dead good.
And that's what we're doing for the big episode 100. A bit of skag. We've done so many different types of conversation. We've even done the would you get your ball stuck on the latch as you escape from a fire. We're running out of stuff, so Adam's brought some fucking...
Brown, would you try it if, like, is there any situation in which you'd try a bit of heroin?
I don't think 2 or 3 days before Christmas my wife would appreciate me doing smack. I'm just throwing it out there. She's pretty chilled out.
Why don't you wait till
Dan, you look
Boxing Day?
really rough, and I'm like,
Do you reckon you can have it once and then never
it's
again?
my Christmas as well.
I see. I don't think I've got a particularly addictive personality, so I think I could have a go of smack and just be like, "Well, that was all right."
No.
There's one.
Adam's the only person in the world who's got tolerance for smack and take it or leave it.
Yeah.
People's lives get ruined. I'm like, I'm all right. I'll have some
I'd,
smack.
well, I've
I'd
had
smash
coke.
it. I'd have heroin and then fucking jump out the fourth story window.
But I've had coke and I was like, meh. I've had weed and I was like, meh. I don't really get addicted to stuff. So I like
Yeah, but heroin's probably the most
Moorish, famously.
Moorish.
Yeah, but people in your position in life don't try heroin very much. That's,
Exactly.
When people are
Maybe
like,
if they did,
well,
it'd be
I've
less
tried
addictive.
certain things and, I don't think it'd affect me, but you've got your life together. You've got a good career. You've washed your pots, or did you buy new ones? You're getting it together.
I threw some away.
Right, okay. So things are on the tracks for you. So I think you could maybe try some of those more addictive drugs and be like, yeah, but my life's still all right. I think most people end up trying heroin, not just for a fuck around. I think it's more of a like, I'm at the absolute depths of existence, and then this looks like a fun option. When you've used alcohol, weed, or whatever, you've tried all this other stuff, and you're like, oh, but I need more because you're having a hard time in life. That shit just drags you even further down. It's not like everyone's sound and they're like, oh, I tried heroin, and 2 days later I'd sold my whole fucking flat's worth of stuff.
So you think I could have it and be sound? Is that what you're saying?
If you've got no super addictive tendencies, I think you probably could.
Yeah, you'd have to
do
have
you
it in the right
understand what I mean? Like,
yeah.
people have done heroin and gone, oh yeah, that's strong. Fuck, I felt great. It's not instantly like, fucking, you know what I mean? You're not instantly like
like
in the co-op stealing fucking sirloin steak. Like, there's Adam Rowe.
You're always chasing it though, aren't you? Like, if that feeling must be like the best feeling in the world. You want it again.
Yeah, but
sometimes, like,
is it like sex?
Yeah.
No,
you know, as soon as you've had sex, you're not like, listen, babe, we're going again because that felt great. For me, I'm like, I'll see you next year.
Really?
Like, it's not. You're not instantly like, wow, that was so good. Let's re-up.
What's your reload time, Adam? Like 30 seconds?
15 minutes max.
Reload time?
I can go in 15 minutes.
No, but I mean, like, you've reloaded.
Yeah, I can finish again in 15 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
You're a virile motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've got bags. You don't call me Robbie Bags.
I wish we didn't associate Rowie Bags with your balls.
Well, there's everything in it. I've got a bit of money. I get what I want. Like, I'm always bagging. And I've got fucking loads of cum.
He just sounds like every great comedian, doesn't he? When he says like things like that, doesn't he just sound like every great comedian? Got loads of money. I've got fucking loads of cum.
Got loads of cum.
And
Yeah.
that's where
Like,
alternative
plenty
comedy
to
has
go
come.
around.
Such a fucking...
Go around where? Where'd you put it?
Mate, if you've had a glass of Rioja, you can't come for about 4 days, so... I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. No, if I'm hammered, I struggle.
Yeah, but that's everyone, innit?
Yeah. But, like, if I've had, like, half a bottle of Rioja and a couple of pints, it just takes a little bit longer than usual, and then it's fucking
What if
party
you...
time.
Yeah, and what if you're sober? It takes, 3 seconds? Just like...
Less time if I'm sober. It's not like... I'm not, like, fucking quick
All
on the
right,
draw.
let's
You know
stop
what I mean?
talking
It's
about
like-
your dick and your jizz.
Yeah. It's like sort of...
Do you know what I mean, though?
Hey,
It's
nothing
not...
but 50 pumps. Count if you ain't got nothing to do.
What's your... You're not straight away, are you?
Like reload. You can
Reload,
go again.
ready
but
to go.
Probably an hour.
Oh, no, I don't need an hour.
No, I don't need an hour, but like it's nice to sometimes just like go.
Yeah,
back.
I'm not like fucking countdown clocking it. It's been 15 minutes, let's go again.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I was
Yeah.
talking about wanting. I wasn't talking about like physically what you can do.
It's both, innit? You've reloaded.
I was
you're ready
like,
to go again.
I was
and
that.
you're
The
in the
analogy
mood
was heroin. You do it, it's amazing. Does
Hey.
it instantly make you want to do it again? When you bang, a lot of the time, I'm not saying can you. I'm saying do you want to go? That was great. Re-up. Like it's not. It doesn't always
Depends
work like
on
that.
who I'm with, to be honest. Sometimes I am like that. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. Well, all right, maybe all of the time.
As a single man, you know, we'll wait and see if you meet anyone. You
We
know?
will wait and see
And good luck. Good luck to you on
Yes.
your
if I can find a fine woman to put up with my wares
yeah.
and my
Well, let's
bags of cum.
let's hope Santa can give you what you want with his sack. Something for yours.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? To me,
How much is heroin? Just to try and stop talking about his dick for a bit.
like street price, like to buy in, or like you want a bag
Do you
of
buy
it.
a gram?
How much is one go?
There's a coke user. Do you buy a gram?
How much is one heroin?
The shit's a drug dealer. Excuse me. I'd like a heroin. Has anyone got a smack?
I'm gonna Google it when the computer wakes up. How much is heroin? It's got per like area. This website.
Oh, like right move.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you don't want to play West London smack prices.
No.
It's a fucking nightmare.
£8 a pint.
In Barnsley, hey, £25.
How much is it in Runcorn? Like, if we wanted to get a big bowl of smack now.
Good thinking.
Big bowl of smack.
I don't want to commute for smack.
No.
Yeah, so the average gram is a tenner, whereas cocaine, the average gram is 30 to 40 pounds according to this website.
So heroin's cheaper than coke, and it's meant to be better.
What? Of course it is.
Is it?
Yeah, you don't go.
Yeah,
you don't go
man.
out with the boys and get in the fucking smack in the club.
Not
do
the
you?
same type of drug. Cocaine's the, Charlie Darlings. High-end shit from a black.
I thought heroin was like meant to be, the champagne to cocaine's prosecco.
Come on, mate. Come on.
What?
I don't know why I'm getting offended apart on the behalf of like the drug.
Like I thought heroin because it's like the fucking main gaff.
Yeah, you always see like
So you
rappers
thought-
and stuff doing the heroin.
So
in the
you
club and that
thought
with
all the
Cristal.
skagheads asleep in like the Bright House doorway. You were like there on the champagne of fucking drugs. What about all those party goers? Yeah, they're the prosecco.
Well,
No, mate.
No,
It's cheap and
I
nasty
thought it
shit.
was because heroin was so fucking addictive and bad. I thought that meant it was more expensive because it was like the. You know what I mean? You can
No.
see me logic.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
I understand.
The most expensive one here is £200 a gram.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
Ooh.
Sorry, the most expensive
So
drug.
according to this website, drugwise.org.uk, the most expensive drug here. This is of 2016, so there's probably a little bit of inflation on top of this.
Right, I don't know. Pandemic might have fucked up. What's Brexit doing to the drug supply?
What is it? Tell us.
It's methamphetamine, £200 per gram.
So, but isn't that like fucking heroin light? Is it
You
meth?
don't know much about drugs.
Isn't
Is
meth like a type of heroin?
No,
You're thinking of methadone.
no.
That's a type of heroin, isn't it?
That's what you get. That's what they put you on to wean you off it in hospital and stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Methamphetamine is
from Breaking Bad.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes you
Blue
makes
meth.
you Do you know crystal meth is more an American thing, isn't it? We don't have like a massive crystal meth. Like,
They always get everything before us, though.
so do you think it's coming down the line?
Yeah.
Like the comedy circuit's 10 years ahead of us.
Like they get a film a couple of months before we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have crystal meth in a few years. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Red, white, and blue.
It's going to be red, white, and blue.
Apparently pills are quite cheap, but not in Liverpool.
Used to be like £1 a pill, didn't it, for you?
Yeah, thanks for quoting my materials. It did.
Yeah.
It really did.
£1 for the pill.
What were your pills called then? Because now they've all got like weird names, haven't they? Like the shape of the pill. Like there's
Oh, that was used there. Yeah, that was back in the day. So when I had going clubbing like early 2000s, 2003, 2004, 2005, it was £1 a pill.
what are you laughing at?
What?
It's so convoluted, it's not even worth me saying, but it's entertained me, and that's all you need to know.
His ears in a weird
It's
one,
when he
isn't
said mid, because you asked him like about the shapes. I thought it was going to be a character from Midsummer Murders. Pill.
You genuinely, you are disabled.
Well, it was usually like a Darth Vader or a fucking happy smiley face or like Mitsubishi.
Yeah, but you
It
said
wasn't like John Nettles from Bergerac. Mate, have you got any of them Bergeracs?
Inspector Frost.
Nah, mate, but I've got a bag of these just come in from Somerset. Midsummer Murders.
But yeah, stuff like Mitsubishis and stuff, they're still things now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a small little imprint.
Yeah.
It's always the colour. It was always the colour that freaked me out. When someone was like, you just wanted normal white pills, and they were dead cheap. Like back in the Hacienda days, you'd be out with like people in the mid-30s, like late 30s, and they'd be like, fucking it used to be like a tenner a pill, mate, and you'd just have like, you'd lick it and you'd be going for a fortnight. And then by the time we were going out, they were just cheap, but you just wanted it to be white. And then occasionally someone would be like, got these really good pills, but like £2. And then they'd get them out and they were like speckled and like greeny. And they were like, yeah, these are dead good. I was like, well, why do they look like a duck egg? Fuck off. Yeah, no, these are dead good. I'm like, I bet they're not. I just want it to look normal. You'd still do it.
Of course you would. For
What would you
£2.
try at them now?
I'm a bit of a shithouse with drugs, aren't I? Like, I honestly think if I ever try a hard drug,
Oh, shit house, mate. It's not like, you pussy, you haven't even done smack. Like,
Probably
I
is.
think
People
if
probably
I
is
was going to
lads like
try any, I'd try smack.
You go
yeah.
Yeah.
that far.
Next Patreon exclusive. Or should we have a lockdown smacking? Smacked up lock-in. Just give me the terminology and we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
Not sure there's going to be much material there as we're all monged out.
No, I'd be like, it's fucking easy. I'd be like,
I'll have heroin. You have a line of coke because you like it.
I'll have a Gary.
and Carl can have a tablet. Finn can have a Pepsi Max.
That would be. Finn,
And we'll just see how it goes.
Finn's got to guard the fire exit door. That would be something else. You'd be surprised at, like, you know, when I come in and I've definitely had like a kind of energy drink, it's only slightly up there for me. So I'd just be
good ideas for the next year of the podcast. I'm like, man. Carl's just over there going,
Carl, it'd be weird for Carl because he'd be like, do you know what, Adam? I love you. I love you. You're just a great mate. And I think that would be the most disturbing thing. And he's like frothing at the mouth, trying to get out the 4th floor window. No, Adam, not today, kid. Yeah, you loved up would be funny to watch. Just you complimenting him in front of other people would be something else.
When I've had a bevy at a certain stage.
But yeah, I'd just be...
You're very all love you before you were going to Japan, weren't you? That night when we were out, me, you and Paul.
Yeah.
He was going to miss me. And
I just imagine you at a railway station as he just...
But you know what he actually did?
I see it.
So he came to mine that morning when we were going to the airport. And he gave me an Adam Rowe hoodie. So his merch to take with me.
He asked for one.
Right, okay, good. I'm really glad you put that caveat in because that's one of the most weirdly mental things. Like, are you going away? Here's some merch. Should we just call it a tenner?
I'd ordered merch to sell at my shows. He asked for one. Take with him.
I didn't wear it, obviously. And then, so
I took it to Japan.
I got in the car.
Just slept next to it.
It's still in Japan. And you know what's mad? It's in like a Japanese, well, not charity shop, but a second-hand. It's in a second-hand shop in Japan. So someone might have bought that, and some random is walking around with you on the top and doesn't have a fucking clue.
That's absolutely incredible.
Oh, I'd love to know how far our merch has got.
Stole his passport.
Yeah, so I got in the car, and I'm in the front seat, and he's like, "See you in a bit, lad, blah, blah, blah." And then he just went, "Get me fucking passport." I'd have got all the way there, and wouldn't have been able to go. Obviously.
What did you do it on purpose?
It was on the table, so I just picked it up and put it in my pocket. I was like, this will be a laugh. I was like, I wouldn't, because I was waiting for him to go. You
gave him a hoodie with your face on it, and you took his passport. It's a good job you actually are mates. Because
I took it thinking at some point you go, right, I've got my keys, I've got my fucking Japan stuff, I've got my clothes.
What's my Japan stuff?
Samurai sword.
I've got me kimono. I've got me
dirty schoolgirl knickers.
Got me Komodo dragon.
In my pocket. I'm slapping my pockets to feel these things.
Got your Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon. And a kimono is like a nightie.
I think you just put Kim together there, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No,
I said kimono and then I said Komodo dragon.
I know, but
good save.
I'm not sure Komodo dragons are from Japan.
They are.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good.
Fucking schooling you on Japan now, aren't I?
Glad he pulls you up.
Doesn't even know the fucking national animal of Japan. I
love it when Carl forgets that we're a comedy podcast and goes, you got a fact wrong. Mate, that's for YouTube comments.
Go on.
Indonesia, mate.
What?
Oh, Indonesia.
That's where they started.
So they actually colonised Indonesia, so I'll let you off.
Yeah. That's where they started.
And then what happened?
Back to Japan.
And then what happened?
So I thought he'd be like, where's my fucking passport? And I'd be like, But he got in the car. He got in the car and was driving off to the airport, and he hadn't got me passport. He hadn't done this.
It wasn't on the table when I left. I was like, I've definitely got it. Or Serica's got it.
It's difficult when you're crying in each other's arms as well, and you forget things. Yeah. Fucking lad.
I'm going to miss you. About to pull off, and I went. He's like, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, you didn't let him drive off.
No.
Oh, it's good banter then.
I'd have missed the very expensive flight.
How much was it?
Well, it was paid for by the company, but I think it was about 900 quid.
Yikes.
One way.
What brand of airline?
Cathay.
Oh, Cathay Pacific.
Yeah, so
Cathay. They're very good.
Yeah, I flew to Hong Kong and then flew to Nagoya. It was lovely. Massive. On the way back, it wasn't so nice because you had to sleep. We had to have a visor and a mask on for 22 hours.
Oh, yeah. What's that thing called? Corona.
That's the one.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Heard of it.
Just going round.
There's a bug going round. Oh, you never heard that? There's a bug.
No, bullshit.
Yeah, I was tempted to let him drive off and then just follow them to the airport. Because then I get to be the hero then, don't I? He's in Manchester Airport going, me fucking team's ruined. I can't go to fucking Japan. I can't go. Where's my passport? And then I walk in like,
No,
I
that's
stole your passport.
that doesn't make you the hero.
Followed you to my.
You're like that kid who goes next to the road and goes, save your life.
Same man,
Like, you
saved
could
your
have
life.
just left me where
I'd
the
have drop
fuck.
kicked you so hard.
Why?
If you'd have jeopardised the
If
very...
you'd have kicked me, I'd have fucking ripped your passport up. I'd have been like, you don't fucking get it then. Ungrateful cunt.
It's a good job that didn't happen, isn't it? Really?
100 episodes of this bullshit. Doing very well. Thank you very much.
You're allowed to draw on your passport.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
glasses.
Little moustache. They love it.
Yeah, like, say you've grown a moustache since you got your picture
They love
taken.
it. They love it. Especially when you visit in America. They love that.
Yeah, like draw yourself some better.
Oh my God, that is so funny. And our comedy circuit is 10 years ahead of
If
you
you had a
guys.
hair transplant, could you draw your hair on?
Oh, that's a Christmas present, isn't it?
Would you get one done?
Fucking turkey
Or are
hair.
you happy with your...
Turkey hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
You
go
have to
to
get it from somewhere else on your body. Don't you?
Antilia.
So what's
Is
the
it
hair?
Antilia?
Antalya.
Antalya.
Well, there's the, you get it on the back of your leg, don't
There'll be
you?
some
Or your arse.
fucking 8-year-old Turkish kid walking around with a shaved head, and I'm fucking leaving with this amazing
No,
shiny
you have to
black.
get it from your body.
Oh no, I don't want that. I want a Turkish kid's
They
hair.
don't just cut someone else's hair and stick it on.
I thought that's what it meant.
No.
Turkey hair.
They take it from
Little
you.
8-year-old boy called Hassan. Like
Permanent
he
wig.
paid me in Adam Rowe merchandise.
Where would...
That was my Turkish accent. Hello, I'm a Turkish boy.
No. Chili garlic, my friend. Chili garlic. Chili garlic on it.
Yeah.
Chili garlic.
That's
no.
All the children.
Stop vinegar. Chili garlic.
All the children of Turkey just walking around.
Chili garlic. But where's your hairiest bit? Where are they taking your hair from to put on your fucking fod?
Gotta be your arse, innit?
No, not honestly,
You smooth.
I've been shaving me
No.
bum all lately.
not too bad.
I think we spoke about that the other day in the Patreon episode. Go and listen to it.
No, I'm not too bad. I think maybe it's got to be pubs. Ugh.
You
Pubes.
wouldn't take your pubs and put them on your head.
Well, where are they going to take
You
it
think them
from?
at the back of your leg and stuff? Pubs is a different kind of hair, isn't it? It's wiry.
What? I'd take any. I haven't got any hair. I'll take wiry over none.
Would you? Would you
I'd
take
rather
a fucking
have
Brillo
an
pad on your head?
8-year-old Turkish boy's hair. Fucking shave
Would
that.
you ever wear a toupee
That's
then?
not an option now.
Garlic chili.
Then would you
I'll
wear a
give you loads of
toupee?
garlic chili.
Would you wear a toupee?
No.
If you could-
No. I'm making a living getting called a nonce. Do you think that's going to help?
You would take like an 8-year-old.
Why don't you give me some of your hair? You're hairy. Look at that. You've got fucking thatch to spare.
I haven't put any wax in it today because I know it's where.
Oh, it's impressive. Your hair's getting better with age, annoyingly. Because when I met you when you were a kid, look shit.
No, it's just...
And now it's getting all like... It's like your glass of Rioja's maturing your bonds.
He's just knowing how to look after himself now. You didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, fair enough. That's it.
A handsome bastard now.
Okay, good. That glass of Rioja made you extra fucking arrogant. Yeah, I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can fly.
Feeling confident today.
Oh, yeah.
Strong, powerful, independent black woman.
You go for it, sister. Excited for your little crimbo?
Yeah.
You doing the cooking?
Doing the cooking for me dad and Jack, and then gonna sit down and watch Shrek
Christmas film, innit? Without being a
With Jack
Christmas
and your
film.
dad.
with Jack and me dad. Yeah, that's the plan.
Feels weird because usually at Christmas you've just had a mad run of gigs, and I haven't got that. You must have a little bit of that because you've worked quite hard.
By the end of this
gig-wise,
month, I'll have
December.
done 42 gigs in December.
That is fucking mental. That is more than the rest of the comedy circuit combined.
Yeah, it's been
Holy shit.
it's been a heavy month gig wise, but you know, I'm here for it.
That's why I feel almost not tuned into Christmas properly, because usually there's that sort of like exhale as you get to December the 20th and you're like, right, I'm done with Christmas party gigs. We obviously had our live show on Sunday, which was great fun, and that was an exhale but in a different way. I've done 2 gigs in December. It just feels like a continuation. It doesn't feel the same as normal. Like it's just...
There's some of those, like, we've been doing, like, days where we do 4 or 5 gigs of hot water on a Saturday. And those 4th and 5th gigs, you know, you have to fucking rally for them, like. We said, our new catchphrase, we said this before, the peak is 2 gigs. That second gig, when you've still got a bit of the adrenaline from the first, and you go into it. But doing 4 and 5, I can do it, you know, I'm a fucking pro. But that 5th gig, you are a bit like, These words again, in this order.
Hey! Trying to look like I give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Christmas. You ready? Everyone ready? Present-wise?
Yeah.
I've so smashed Carl's presents, you know. Like, I keep winding them up. Because we agreed, obviously, we're all getting each other a little something in the air. But we agreed a 200 quid budget. And I've gone 70 quid over that as well.
Yeah, I've gone quite a bit over it as well.
Oh my God, girls. You're so romantic.
I've smashed it.
I love buying Christmas
And
presents.
I've liaised with his bird about it as well.
Yeah.
Would you have spent less if you were seeing someone? Have you given single man budget to your best friend?
Well,
I made the budget.
he set the budget, and I let him do that. So I was like, you know, I'm all right. Like, what do you want to spend? And I was like, it's going to be 50 quid, 100. And he was like, no, we'll say 150 to 200. In my head, I was like, right, 200 quid. But then I got to 200, but then there was one more thing, and I was like, nah, I've got to get that. So it was like 260. 260?
260. Spent 260 on me.
Jesus
Is it a Hugo
Christ.
Boss rig out?
Yeah. 260.
Did you even realise what you just done?
Yeah, I've literally spent 260.
Fucking get ready for them threads, kid. You're going to be looking good and getting into no nightclubs.
A Polish sponsor.
Yeah.
You got Ferrari Puma shoes.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do this forever now. We'll have a little fucking Christmas off, little Bezzy make Christmas off.
Yeah.
Even if I have got.
I feel like you've won because of the way you're talking. My gift, I'm good at buying
That's
gifts.
how he always talks, mate.
No,
he could
no,
make a
but-
cup of tea and this is how he talks. I fucking smash that cup of tea.
I do make a good brew.
He does say
Oh,
that as well.
Jesus Christ.
I do though, don't I?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Never do cocaine. There's no humility left in him. He like invading fucking France.
Your gift off me, Dan, is great. And your gift off Adam is great. Like, you've done well.
Well, let me just bring it down back to comedy podcast level and say, mine are all right.
Well, I've got you one
Jesus.
thing that's dead good and two things that are fucking shite.
All right, well, God.
I've just got you one dead good thing.
Yeah.
Nice, lads.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a little break.
Don't know what
and
I've
then,
got, Carl. Let me tell you.
No.
We're doing it
Also,
tomorrow.
we've just spent 5 minutes going, I got you a dead good thing. I got you a good thing, and I fucking smashed that good thing. Let's talk about what we got next record.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Hope
Maybe
you have a
it's
good
all
one,
shit.
everyone.
Don't
Hope
call
you
me
get
Rowie
what
Blanks for
you
nothing.
want for Crimbo. Hope you got what you want. This is going out after Christmas. Let's have a little break, and then we'll have some questions.
Let's take 5, boys. All right. What's happening, guys? Today's sponsor is beer52.com. They are the UK's #1 craft beer discovery club.
And they've teamed up with us to give our listeners a free case of beer.
That means you get 8 free beers, an award-winning beer magazine, and a tasty snack as your first free order.
And it's free. You pay nothing. You just pay the £5.95 postage and packaging.
You'll then be a member of their craft beer discovery club, and they send you a different theme of beers every month. Past themes have been the beers of Belgium, the beers of Korea, California, all over the world. Every month, a new theme, and they're always a belter.
You'll find craft beers that you'll never find on your own. And also, you can pause your membership at any time.
So do us a favour, support the podcast, support our sponsors, go to beer52.com/word. That's BEER52.com/WORD.
Every time you sign up, we get a little bit of money. So you get your free beers. There's a little bit of money to support the podcast. It's win-win. I'm a member. I love it.
Let's get back to the podcast. We'll go and get some beers. Pause it here. Go and get some beers.
B52.
And we're back.
Good.
And we're back. Hey, we're back.
This is from Joe. No second name, Joe. All right, lids. I know you've said you'd love to grow the podcast so you become a production company too.
Uh-huh.
Would you ever open up your own Have a Word comedy club? Cheers, Joe.
What before we do that? What does a production company involve? Because I know what it takes to produce our podcast, but I mean, where'd you go from there? Like, I mean,
Have a Word, the sitcom. We all live together.
in Runcorn,
Yeah.
and we have 2 girls. There's you and me, 2 girls.
Yeah, we'll call it 2 pints of Guinness and a packet of pork
No, you've changed now. We call it a glass of Rioja and a big line of ching. Glass of Rioja and a
Is
big line of
ching
ching.
slang for
Chingaling. I think there's a lot of slang, but I'm not sure it's one of the more famous ones.
sounds racist. sounds racially insensitive. A line of
It
ching.
depends how you say it.
Line of ching. That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think everyone knew. I think you had to do that, but
Eyeliner. Ching!
Yeah.
yeah, like podcast.
I can't. I'm not fucking acting.
You're not going to be acting when we make our sitcom.
No, I mean,
So when I write me sitcom, I'm not allowed to write you into it.
No,
I mean
who's playing
maybe,
you
but
then,
I'm
Dan?
not.
You could be the noncy neighbour.
Who's playing Dan then? If he's not playing Dan,
No, I don't want to write an actual sitcom with us. I am not going to write a sitcom, though. You could have easily been the fucking neighbour who's having a little look at the kids.
Right.
in a sitcom.
Have you got kids in your own sitcom?
Not necessarily my kids.
Oh, you've
I
got
might
other
be-
people's kids.
Yeah, I might
We're
just be
putting
the-
together the plot as we
Hey,
speak.
Adam.
So in this, Adam's got someone else's kids, and it's a sitcom
What situation
or a
comedy
hostage situation.
involves a paedophile?
An edgy
It's
one.
devil have a word. As
A
if
glass of Rioja and a line of Ching is going to take on some different 2.4 paedophiles.
there'll never be a scene where he actually fucks one, but it's just like always hinted that he's a bit of a nonce.
You know, like one of those recurring jokes.
Yeah.
Ah, he might. Barbara, did you leave the fucking garden gate open? You know what he's like? Meow.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
A sitcom so doesn't appeal. Genuinely, would you want to do a sitcom?
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to write it, star in it, direct it, produce it.
Oh, God, what's up with him today? Has he had like a Lemsip extra or something?
In a way.
And I'd fucking smash it. And
a
I'd
way.
fucking make a great cup of tea.
He cleared something out.
It's like a horny 15-year-old's fucking Tinder bio. I'm fucking dead good at footy. All right, Adam. All right. Good
He will
God.
put that as well.
No, but like,
Jesus Christ.
what's wrong with saying that? I'd want to write it and direct it and star in it, like Ricky Gervais does with Afterlife.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would it
So basically,
apart from you being fucking brilliant, what's the general theme?
there'd be this handsome comedian who all the birds fancy.
Oh my
Dan.
God.
No, me,
Go on.
the title character. The sitcom would be called Adam Rowe and Friends, right?
The sitcom's called Adam Rowe and Friends. You've called a sitcom after what famous comedians call their pre-tour live shows. Wowee.
Adam Rowe and Friends.
Yeah. My sitcom's called Beat the Frog. Guess where that's set?
No, it'd be called like fucking.
All right, we'll come back to the title. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
yeah.
What's it about?
So there's.
Oh, there's so many ways this is going to go, and I know where it's going.
Is John Grisham writing it?
There's probably been a couple of years. So like this early 30s stand-up comedian
Yeah.
who's he's trying to make his way as a comedian. He's just come back from America, and
And he's got himself involved in. Has he got himself involved in?
with the triad.
The triads. I thought he might.
Yeah.
I thought he might. I'll play a triad.
You'll play the triad.
Yeah, I want to be
You
the
can
white.
sell a ching.
Nailed it. I want to be the white triad.
No, but like I think there's this lad, and he's like single recently, and he's just
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna play the field. I'm gonna be a dirty little man slag.
You have to really do
And
some
then his
writing for
friends
this.
are like, calm down, take it slow.
Right. Yeah.
And then one of his friends is like, no, I want to live vicariously through you. Fuck everything that moves, Adam. Blech, send me videos.
Right.
That's the noncy neighbour. You can play them.
Okay.
He gets a dog
Right.
in January.
Right. I'm sorry, Adam. Are we talking about the sitcom, or are you just...
Just your fucking diary.
It's just explaining, just literally explaining his life to us. I think it would be about, a Liverpool fan who lives in, somewhere different, Norris Green. Not me. Like a 29-year-old that lives in Norris Green. Yeah.
What else happens then? Is he a podcaster?
No.
Oh,
He's a
no.
radio host.
Oh, he's a radio host.
Radio host and a poet.
Oh, Jesus.
And his name's Adam Rowe.
No.
What's his name?
Rowie Banks.
It's about you, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody writes poetry. You know what I mean?
Go on then.
For example,
Give me a haiku.
how do haikus go?
It's syllables. Yeah, it's syllables per line. So
I
five
can't do that. I could do your little limerick though.
Go for it.
Go. There once was a man named Adam.
No.
Do you think you might have put yourself under a bit of pressure on this one?
No, he's the best poet in the country, isn't he?
Yeah. Obviously, we'd have to write it because it's
Once
not
was
about
a man
Adam.
called Billy
Okay.
who had to reduce his willy.
Yeah.
It was really big. No.
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 This is my profession at the moment. I don't have gigs. I don't do 42 gigs in a month. I do 2. This is what I'm living off. Looking across at Adam as he makes up a limerick about Billy and his willy. Once was a lad called Billy and he had a massive willy.
Go on.
And it was dead big.
It was big.
Go on.
There was a man called Billy, and he had a too big willy. So the doctor said, "Come here, lad. I need to cut it down a bit."
Kobe.
That was
Jesus Christ.
Kobe Bryant.
Put yourself in that situation.
Game 7, Kobe Bryant.
What comedy club wise?
Oh yeah, that question.
Yeah, because you don't have to do any more rhymes, Adam. Take a knee on that one.
Yeah, so we open our own comedy
Well, you
club.
couldn't though, could you? Because of hot water.
It doesn't have to be in Liverpool, though.
Yeah, open it in Runcorn. Make it the comedy capital of the UK.
But then Tony's got the comedy
Speak to
office.
Tony, get him involved. I reckon we could buy the power plant, turn that into the comedy club.
Oh my god.
Or the
Runcorn
bridge.
power plant on the bridge. The old bridge. The fuck am gonna knock the bridge down if we go? Nah, let us put a comedy club on it. Got 2 entrances there. One from Widnes, one from Runcorn. Fucking flying.
What would we call
And
it?
we'd be able to get it on the cheap because they're about to knock it down. Just be like, nah, leave it up. We'll have it.
What on the
100
top?
quid.
Right.
100 quid that bridge, I reckon.
What would we call
Colin
it?
Havey's actually got a gig under that bridge, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah, he's got in the Arches.
Would we call it the bridge?
The comedy club? No. Call it fucking Adam and Dan's Chuckle Hut.
Nice. Nice. I would love to.
That was the sound of a face palm to all the audio.
Yeah, that was Carl.
Adam and Dan's Box of Giggles.
Have a laugh is so cheesy, innit?
Yeah.
Be nice to do. It'd be nice to do a venue, but there's so many. Like when you're already working comics, you've got to find a place where there isn't a gig. It's really tricky that because it's like fucking alley cats promoters, aren't they? And more
Leicester.
more so.
Bristol. Bristol hasn't got a comedy club anymore, like a proper one.
Mate, I barely want to drive to Runcorn.
Yeah, but we could just move to Bristol, take the studio with us.
Yeah.
What kind of club are we having, though? Is it going to be like a basement club? Is it going to be a big one? Is it going to be like a...
Oh, we're designing a comedy club.
What's-
300 seats in a basement.
Yeah?
I'm not. It doesn't have to be in a basement, but as long
That's
as
in a
as
basement,
long
you
as
get the feeling of
as
going
long as
down.
it's as long as
Feels more naughty.
I'll build you more steps up, and then you get steps down.
That's a hot water, didn't he, in the original one?
Yes.
You built stairs going up, so you had to go down.
Yeah,
Did you know that? Is that what you
I
were
think
referencing?
300. I think 300 is the ideal in it.
Yeah.
Sort of in the round a little bit.
Yeah. And there's another room in the same building with 2,000 for when we do work in progress as me and Dan.
Yeah.
2,000 people at a work in progress.
Where would you if I gave you right now and said, listen, this £1 million got to be used on a comedy club? Where would you go in the country?
UK?
Leeds.
But would you actually? Because you live in Liverpool, you want to stay in Liverpool, and we work in Runcorn. Where would you put a comedy club?
I'd put it in Leeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just do the commute.
Either do the commute or...
Leeds is a fucking cracking city for comedy.
And there's not
It's
a
got-
proper...
There's the Glee are trying to get in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't
Not
have to be there either. Like, we get an MC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
Leeds is about. I particularly like gigging in Leeds as well. I think
It's
they're
a good
fucking
student
great,
town, that's why.
a great audience.
Yeah. It's one of those cities where people travel to it from their neighbouring towns.
Oh my god, there is a massive list of people for shopping, for gigs.
Huddersfield, Bradford,
Wakefield, Halifax, people
they
from
all
York
go to
over.
Leeds. It's got such a big catchment area.
Harrogate.
Chester's like that as well. That's why the Laugh In worked for a bit in Chester, because people go... Chester's just a very small city, but people go from all over Cheshire and North
Can't
Wales.
sell tickets to save your life on a Wednesday. But on a Friday and Saturday when all the couples are going, let's have a nice romantic weekend in Chester.
Yeah.
So on a weekend, it's really busy on a night out. But when I used to live in Chester, you'd go out for like a pint on a Wednesday night and it was just ghost town.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, way busier. Right, yeah. All right, well, maybe.
I
Maybe
reckon
one day.
Leeds 300-seater with a small room. Actually, like 100 for smaller shows.
A comedy club sounds good.
Just got to get in there before the Glee.
Would you not call it that, Adam?
No, it'd have to be Adam and Dan's Chuckle Hut.
It'd have to be.
It'd be so nice to have the money where you didn't have to take the name seriously. Ahmed and Dave's Laughter Emporium. The people, he's like, what the fuck is that?
But then they'd turn up and the fucking bill would be sick. And they'd be like, great. Got another question?
Yeah, this is from JP.
Jippoo!
Dear Alan and Dave, what 18 to 30 holidays have you done? Where's the best and what's the best story you have?
I haven't really done any. Have I?
Have you never really done a lad's holiday?
No,
No, we went to Berlin for Paul Smith's Stag Do, which is a story we sort of covered when he guest co-hosted.
Those weekend breaks aren't quite the same vibe, are they?
No.
The 18 to 30s is more like, you know, you're going to Malia or fucking...
I'm going to Ibiza in August for
Paphos.
Paul Smith's
I've only ever been
sequel
to
Stag Do.
like 4 times. I've never done like Zante or nothing like that.
Have you done Zante? Finn, how old are you? 22, 23?
Yeah, 22.
You've been on a proper
on,
boys.
It went really badly. I ended up in hospital.
Where did you go?
Zante,
How old?
18.
Is Zante Corfu? No.
No, Greece.
Greece.
Is Zante an island or
Yeah,
the
it's
resort?
an island. It's a
All
Greek
right.
island.
And what's the resort called? Is it just called Zante?
I can't remember what it was. There's a few
Wow,
in there.
I love lads' holidays.
Yeah.
I got my passport and I'm just following the dickhead.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, I ended up in hospital on a drip. Because not even.
But you
for
know,
a
there's
good
no
reason.
judgment because that happens to so many lads' holidays.
No, I wish it was because I was pissed. I was shitting myself.
Oh, God.
Like, I got food poisoning from a chicken gyro. so I ended up in hospital.
Yeah, you built that up to be like, oh, it was fucking, it didn't go well. I ended up on a fucking drip from being hammered. Yeah, I got a bit of salmonella.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
One of my mates from where I grew up was a year older than me, went to the Catholic high school, and his mum and my mum were friends. And this must have been after my mum had died. They were about 17, and he had a gang of like 9 or 10 mates, and they were thick as thieves. And they went for, I think, 2 weeks, 10 days or 2 weeks on a lad's holiday. And I saw him either the day or the day after he got back, and I've never seen a person closer to death through lad's holiday. It was disgusting. I think he almost had trench foot. Like it was horrific, the condition he came back in. He was dirty, smelly, dehydrated, ill, had something wrong with his foot, like he'd hurt it, it had got infected and he'd ignored it. He just drunk through it. It was absolutely... His mother was absolutely fucking mortified. Took him like weeks to recover. And then the memory is like, it was fucking quality. Hey, Pete, do you remember when you nearly lost your toes? Hey, dickhead.
I came back from Ibiza the first time with swine flu.
Swine flu.
Yeah, remember
Fucking OG.
Old
that,
school, mate.
that was the fucking original pandemic. Well,
The OG, mate.
epidemic.
I came back from fucking Mallorca with a bowler.
I came back and I thought I was just Ibiza tired because it was like a 5-day one,
Yeah,
and I
the
couldn't
fucking
walk,
pig
and I was
botty.
having hallucinations and like there was dogs in my bed and stuff. And the doctor came, like my mum rang the doctor and told him, he's like, yeah, please don't come to the hospital. He's got swine flu. So I was isolated for 2 weeks.
Is that what you hallucinate?
There's a dog.
Dogs.
I just kept hallucinating. There's a dog in the bed. Yeah,
There's a dog in my bed. What
I had
am
a dog at
gonna
the
do?
time, so it might just be me dog.
Swine flu doesn't sound that bad, does it? Oh, it's fucking awful, doctor. I keep seeing dogs. And, you know, then touching and stroking them, and then he'd go off and have a walk with me dad. It's really weird.
I was just dead hot. I had a fever, and then I just played Xbox for 2 weeks.
I went to Benidorm when we finished our A-levels, but there was girls on that one. It was girls and lads. It was just all the group of mates we had at college. So there's about 7 girls and about 6 of us lads. It was really fun. One of the girls was like a bit of an add-on to the group, and she was a bit prissy, and she'd agreed to that holiday when she shouldn't agree to the holiday. Got there, I don't know what she thought was going to happen. It was fucking Benidorm. It was the cheapest place we could find. We were 18, 19 years old. Of course it was going to be nasty. It's fucking Benidorm. And she got there and she was like, we went out on one night out. She had one hangover and was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I rang a mum who paid for the flight home, and she went home on day 2. Oh my God. And everyone was like, no, she's really, do you know what I mean? It's her choice. It's just a bit difficult. I was like, she's a bell end. Like, I had no sympathy. I'm like, you're a bell end. Fuck off. You're going to ruin the rest of the holiday going, it's not very nice, Benidorm, is it? Of course it's not. It's Benidorm. Have a Zinger Tower burger from somewhere that isn't KFC and grow the fuck up. Oh, my God. Awful. Hang your head in shame.
We should go somewhere dirty like Benidorm.
Yeah.
To celebrate the birth of Dan's second child.
That's it. Because I don't know if you know that about postpartum women. They love it when the husbands go away to Benidorm with the lads. Like, not just wet the baby's head, fucking put it in a fucking...
We should go to Magaluf.
Yes!
A.K.A. Shaggerscruff.
Magaluf.
Do you reckon them places are kind of going to be finished a little bit now?
No, it's going to be sound as well because my mother-in-law's coming to stay to look after the baby. Yeah. She's had a C-section. She can't move anywhere. Yeah. So what am I going to do? Just sit around and help? I'll be in Magaluf, mate. Wet the baby's fucking old body, lad. Yes, mate.
Do you reckon they're going to be sound though, resorts like that? Like in the coming years?
Yeah. As soon as this vaccine sort of a sound, aren't we?
Yeah. Dead simple. This new strain's bullshit, Adam Rowe, 2020. And the vaccine just sort everything out. Next year is looking ropey. I don't think Magaluf is your first option, is it?
No.
I reckon...
Nightclubs aren't even open yet. How shit would Magaluf be if it was like, yeah, you can go to restaurants, but you've got to have a substantial meal and sit apart. Are you from the same bubble?
We're going to Ibiza in September. Is it September?
August.
One of them.
August, yeah.
We're going to Ibiza.
Going
Fingers crossed for August.
Yeah. I reckon it'll be sound by then. I reckon we'll be fucking...
People have emailed in going, I'm listening back to the episodes. It's really funny listening to you try and predict what was going on. And you're like, yep. And it's still easy to do it. And it'd be like, yeah, it'd be sound by August. August is ages away. Nothing can go wrong.
No, August, but it will be sound by August, though. I'll be fucking knee deep in bevies in August in Ibiza, I reckon.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, we should be. I think August, the vaccine will be quite...
Yeah, it's all hope so. Let's hope so.
I reckon we'll be all right.
Have we learned fucking nothing from the year that we've just
I'd be surprised
dragged ourselves through
if we're not like full-blown concerts by Valentine's Day?
Yeah? Are you booking a venue for that, are you? I'd go big. Put your savings in. You've had a big month. Row your bags. Done 40 gigs. Put it all on a venue. Book it out. Don't pay a deposit. Pay the full thing. You'll be all right. Tickets available fucking never.
Oh, I reckon we'll be all right by Feb.
Shut up, you knob.
What do you mean?
Come on.
They're giving vaccines out now. Joe Biden's had it.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Biden's going to be there. My granddad's had he's 95. He's had the first half of the vaccine. The rest is in January. Joe Biden's had it. So you've got an audience of Joe Biden and my 95-year-old granddad at your fucking live concert.
That'd be a great gig, that. All the Secret Service there as well.
Sitcom live show. Fucking bang out the sitcom next week. Make a leg of lamb on Christmas Day. Sitcom Boxing Day. I'll start touring it in February. I'll be on Smack My March.
Oh, you sound so stupid. You don't tour a sitcom.
You don't get a pay-per-view for sitcoms, for podcasts, but player. We fucking do. We're going to change the game here, haven't we?
No, I do reckon we'll be sound.
Bye.
Feb.
Shut up.
What do you mean? How long do you think these vaccines are going to take? They must have done most old people now.
No. They're not immune until January.
Not in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the first.
Where are you getting your fucking news, Adam?
You've
just heard vaccine and gone, everyone's had it though, haven't they? Everyone's had it. You've had your vaccine. Finn, you've had your vaccine. You've had swine flu. You're fine. Fucking February. Be sat in here going, oh, this is exciting. Should we do another lockdown?
Not the start of February, like Valentine's Day.
Oh, sorry, less ridiculous then. Oh, God.
The middle.
But I thought you were being a dick about the 1st or 2nd. 14th. God, pray the summer's going to be a bit more normally. Is that what Paul Smith's doing for his stag do? Mark?
I'd be fair. Yeah, his missus is going to the same hotel we are. 4-star all-inclusive hotel in Ibiza.
At the same time?
No, for the week before, and then she leaves the day we arrive.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want it the other way around.
That's the better order, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So the locals aren't telling
Just to be stories about us.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't want to know them stories.
All the Spanish locals are like, oh, You're marrying the dirty girls? Okay. Yeah. Oh, let's fingers crossed that happens. She's fucking beautiful, isn't she? Nearly as beautiful as my wife. Hi, babe. Love you so much.
Let's call that a break. Get Mr. Robert Thomas.
Oh, it's nice to have a proper
On the couch.
old friend, isn't it?
A buddy's coming in.
Yeah.
Robert Thomas of Liverpool. We'll see him in a minute.
That's the most punchable face in the world.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? We've been listening. We've been reading your comments. We know you've been after some merch for a while now. We've restocked and revamped our merch website. There's new hoodies, new tees with some of our slogans and catchphrases on. Slogans and catchphrases like rat and
Cha! Upset me!
and
Bye, Felicia!
they're available at haveawordpod.com. Go and get a hoodie. Pause the pod here. Buy a fucking hoodie and then come and listen to us talk some shite.
Yes.
Bye, Felicia.
Hi. Hey. Ladies and gents, it's Rob Thomas!
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? How are you, lad?
I'm all right. How are you two? How's things?
Good.
Things are all right. You've obviously been here for it. It's weird to start a conversation after we've had a half an hour conversation. Because normally when the guest comes in, we go, right, shut the fuck up. No one say anything. Sit down. We'll start. But we've just watched the COVID briefing and we're all sort of a bit fucking happy that
Not a lot
Liverpool's
of
staying in tier 2.
Not a lot of comedy podcasts sit down and watch Matt Hancock for 25 minutes, who looks like he's on the verge of tears. Or like, listen, I know I'm pissing everyone off. I'm sorry. The whole of the South's fucked. Oh, and Cheshire. Fuck you,
Just
Nightingale.
now he picked the short straw backstage in Boris and
mate.
fucking Michael Gove. Like, and he's like, fuck's sake.
Just need to have a word from because everyone knows you're like fucked down at the end of everything.
Oh, mate. Might as well have gone, and Grandad Dave, you're not going to Nando's.
Oh yeah, it was like being Marine, wasn't it, 2 weeks ago? Or watching the draw. Are we in tier 4? Are we in tier 4? Fuck.
Really had that feel.
Oh, space! Oh.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I don't think... Like, I've mentally prepared myself for in January, no gigs, maybe none in February. Do you know what I mean? I've prepared for that. But I need these last few. I need my Secret Sunday gig on the 27th. That nearly sold out. DM me if you want tickets. And... Oh, no, it's not a Patreon, is it? Oh, I've done it now. Secret Sunday gig that everyone's welcome at.
Well, I'm going to be on, so...
We don't tell people who's on.
Oh, shit. Well, I might be on. But yeah, I need that gig, so please, I was made up. They heard me before. All I was saying is, please don't take the 27th off me because I'm having, like, withdrawal symptoms now. The first lockdown, I was sound. I was, like, laughing at the silly cunts that were doing garden gigs. Like, how desperate are you? Do you know what you need? Friends. That's what you need. Fucking friends. Get over yourselves. Attention-seeking bastards. You don't need attention that bad. And then the second lockdown, November, it hit me.
I like the garden gigs, though. They looked all right.
They look fine, but it's just like, I was just a bit like, oh yeah, I'm happy for the break. It's all good. Like,
you were all right. But the thing is, you're talking about lockdowns. No one did a garden gig in a lockdown, did they? Do you know what I mean? The lockdown was March and April. Yeah, but everyone was in the garden.
When he stopped us doing gigs.
Mate, I did one of Freddie's gigs in fucking August in a garden. That was Freddie. Do you want to do it? Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, you can do accents.
Do you know,
but it's not the same as when it's proper lockdown and it's I phoned you, I spoke to you in that first lockdown, and you were one of like 3 people I knew from comedy who was like, yeah, I'm all right. It's not ideal. I'm all right.
You know what it was? I was like, I can go for a pint with mates. I haven't been for a pint on a weekend or a Saturday and that. We'll be mates and he's just like, this is fucking great.
I don't think you were truly buying into the spirits of lockdown there, Rob.
What had happened? I've got 2 mates, twins. Neither of them's got a spleen. So, but they're both builders.
You didn't give us their age or anything or name.
What do you need the age?
The second bit of info was neither of them. I've got a spleen.
Well, that's the only thing that's COVID related, isn't it?
Right.
That's because they can't generate. It's a penicillin antibiotic, whatever it is, whatever the thing the spleen does that makes you better. The spleen makes you better, basically.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're vulnerable because they haven't got one. But they're both builders, so they both built a bar in the back gardens, and we just spent every weekend going to their bars.
Oh my god!
And then invited potentially infectious people into that bar.
No, because what we done, we formed a little bubble. because we were very,
Hey, I
very-
love the bubble bullshit. I love the bubble. Bubble bullshit is my favourite. What happens if you get stopped on the motorways this Christmas, guys? Just start saying bubble repeatedly. Childcare bubble, bubble. Support bubble, bubble.
I had a baby, so that was great. That was like childcare bubble, mate. Literally.
Yeah.
You've had a baby, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've had a lockdown baby.
You got
was
twins,
No.
twins with no spleen, a fucking Love Island style garden. But you've had a right old year, haven't you?
Well,
and a baby.
We didn't have a lockdown baby. This annoyed me bad because she's going to think we're a cliche. She thinks everyone's going to think we're a cliche having a lockdown baby. We haven't. We got pregnant on February the 2nd. And I know it was February the 2nd, Super Bowl.
Right.
So I was firing the same time as Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Little
Really?
NFL reference.
Did you?
February 2nd, back when it was just a fucking Chinese problem,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly. Yeah, it had nothing to do with us. Them silly cunts over there eating
Did
bats.
you get pregnant after a Super Bowl because you were
Before.
so happy? All right, before. You didn't wait till 4 a.m. when they'd
No,
won
no,
the fucking
basically
Super Bowl.
because I was
Wait
trying-
your lass up, lad. Come on. Patrick Mahomes has just saved us. Get your biff out. Let's make a baby.
Get your biff out.
Oh, we got chance to run wasp. Come on.
Because women who want to conceive, they love that, don't they? The post-Super Bowl pissed up from your mate's, spleenless mate's garden.
No, it was Sunday daytime because you know Super Bowl doesn't start like 11 and 1. You got to try and find things to do to stop you getting on the ale or getting too excited and ruining Super Bowl and falling asleep. So what we done was had sex 3 times on the Sunday, and it worked.
3 times on a
Got that in
Sunday.
there, didn't he?
Fucking Holy Communion,
Call
even
him
song.
Robbie Bags for nothing.
Well,
They don't. They don't. Everyone's going to be called something bags by the end of this fucking podcast.
yeah, so it wasn't
When was the
long.
last time you had sex 3 times in a day?
Let me just think.
You must have been doing it multiple times when you were trying for the second one
Multiple times?
in a day.
Day?
Yeah.
I did it maybe once a month. So multiple times
what-
a month.
Was the second
mate.
one not planned?
Second one was planned.
And you've still only done it once a month?
We're not a bang fest, me and Loz.
Yeah, but you're trying now. Like my bear turned into a psychopath. Like the days she was like what's it called?
Ovulating.
That was it. It was all go. I mean, mate, they were the hardest days of my life. I think. Not literally. Like
Was there any-
thundering half the time. but
Was
not
there any
like-
sweet talk?
No, there was none of that.
Rob!
There was literally none of that. It was like, we've got 5 days. And I was like, oh. And she's like, and you got to stop wanking as well. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, she put a wanking ban on you.
Yeah, because she, like, my bird reads and believes. Like, she
Right.
reads
Believes
something, and if it's
what?
in black and
Oh,
white,
right, okay.
she believes it. Like,
She's not
so
a Christian librarian. She
basic-
reads and believes.
Yeah, no, she's turned into a Facebook man.
Right,
She's proper
right.
like. So she read somewhere that there's something called the hand of death or the grip of death, which is apparently if you wank too much, you can only jizz off your own hand. So she told me about this and was like, right, we're trying now. We're trying now. So you're not wanking no more. And I was like, okay. But you obviously aren't, like, I reckon the 3 of you two, all thought the same thing when you entered the grip of death. I'm the only one who can make me come. How boss does that sound? Like, I was literally like, she was like, so the grip of death means I'm the only one who can make me come. I am boss. I was literally sitting there thinking, that sounds
As in
so
you're
good.
good for
It's
yourself,
just
or
damn
because
good.
then you'd be
It's like getting told
impressive?
you're the best at something. You're the only person who can do that. That's all. That's what we all want. We all want to be like
No,
unique.
I'm not on board with you there.
Is that not being like desensitized to like porn though?
Yeah.
And like you can only get off to
I'm
like
not a
fucking...
monster.
No,
It was just something she said.
there
to me.
are
I mean, like
a lot of
sex is-
guys.
normal sex isn't good enough because you've watched.
Oh yeah, apparently the grip of death is like just because you get when you wank so much, you're just so used to your rhythm.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
like it's
No, if you can, no. There are guys though who can only sort of they can go and go and go and go, and then they have to finish themselves.
Yeah.
And like you know, you
That
have to
is
be
me
like,
when I'm pissed.
Right.
Like, when I say I can't come when I'm hammered.
Oh, that's such imagery.
Like,
Of you just,
I
it's
could-
like,
Because
don't
like,
look at me.
like,
Just look at me. Just
Don't look
hum
at
the
me.
national anthem in the corner.
no.
what's
like,
my name?
Like, if I'm
Wear a tennis outfit.
if I'm having sex, like, it takes me a while. Do you know what I mean? It like, I'm not fucking quick on the draw, but I can sort myself out in less than a minute if I put.
Yeah,
the
that's
effort
what the grip of death sort of thing.
You
is,
get
isn't it?
competitive.
in. No, but I can.
Get off. You're fucking
Yeah.
up my PB. I don't think if you're normal, you know, you normal. All right, guys. But if you, I don't think you can inflict that on yourselves as a absolute tried and tested, like 20-year veteran. You can't do that to yourself. Like, surely. Is that the general thing of the grip of death? Which also sounds like a fucking weird, like,
You're asking me,
karate
Dan,
death move.
like I know. I just, this is just what she told me. She stopped me, told me no more wanking, and then was like, oh yeah, and 9 days a month we're going to be having sex.
Did you obey the ban, or did you have a little fucking sly couple of?
Do you know a smoker who's ever just stopped like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Habits are hard to break.
Have a little wank patch.
Oh, mate, that's what it was like. This little rub on me taxi.
What a chewy.
We've been talking about reload times. Have you got a good reload time?
Have I got a good reload time?
Adam reckons it's just 15 minutes.
No. Depends. Depends though.
Talking
Reload
about
time
this in
for
the
what
first
though?
Like, when can you go again?
See, I think it's different. I couldn't go again for sex. Like, I reckon a few hours at least.
Oh wow.
At least. But I reckon I could have 2 wanks in an hour.
No, I can go. I can go again for sex in 15 minutes ish.
You say this a lot on this pod, because obviously you know I listen. You talk about like how hard you are, and how like
how big his dick is.
How hard he is.
It's not it used to be.
How much you can go a lot. And it's
Medically reduced. He wakes up with a stonking
I'm
boner.
not saying it in like a braggy way.
I know you're not, but it worries me. Like how like turned on you are all the time.
He's the most
I've got a
virile
high drive,
man in the fucking country.
Yeah.
You could do with a grip of death.
Yeah.
Right?
Just a grip of like, just reduction
Not
in
a death,
fucking...
just a grip of near-death experience.
Yeah, just it's just how it is, isn't it?
I think it definitely works that if you are not allowed to crack one out by your frankly controlling partner, I think you definitely are going to be, driving down the avenue of like normal marital relations more. Like if you can't sort yourself out, it's going to be more attracted to be like, babe, I mean, come on. Yeah.
Let's have this baby.
So I get the reasoning there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the grip of death.
Sounds great though, doesn't it? I didn't want to thought that sounded dead cool. Like she was telling me about it, and I was there like, that is amazing.
I love it how you've just become a dad and we've spent 10 minutes talking about wanking and sex.
I can't believe you took that as that's an achievement though. Like only I can make myself finish. Would you really want that? Would you want?
No, it's a curse, mate.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a comedian who I used to live with.
You'd never be able to finish inside.
I know it is a case, but surely at some point you understand the logic of like the only person in the world who could do that.
But it's
like being Dr. Dolittle, except rather than talking to animals, you're just wanking.
I'd understand if it was like, I'm the only person in the world who can make Mila Kunis come, but not me.
I'm halfway there.
It's what male porn stars have got, isn't it? That's why they can go for ages, and then in the end they're like, there's a comedian I used to live with that we're not guessing the name of, and just leave it.
Has he been on this podcast?
And no. And he couldn't through normal penetrative sex. Yeah. So he'd bonk his girl, and at the end he'd have to masturbate, and she'd have to lick his balls, just give it a lot.
While he was masturbating.
And it's just, for me, he was like, that's the only way it happens. And you're like, but it sounds
I can tell by that voice exactly who it is.
Paul Smith can only come on his back.
It just sounds so unsexual, making your girl go on then, off you go, ferret round me balls.
Lay on his back.
Paul Smith can only come lay on his back, yeah. It's not like he has to aim over his shoulder. Yeah, if he's not laid down, he can't, apparently. He's done stand-up about it, he won't mind me saying it. Yeah, can only come if he's laying on his back.
I'm just a priest of any position. I'll take it vertical, horizontal. I'm like, nice one, thank you for this. Being a dad, eh? Nice. Welcome to the fucking club, mate.
It's all right, and it's tiresome.
Yeah?
I'll be honest, kind of wish I'd got a dog now.
It's just as hard. It's just as hard.
No, it's not the hardness. It's just that he's 4 months old now. If I had a dog that was 4 months old, I'd be playing footy and running around with him now. At the moment, he still just looks at me and doesn't know who I am. So It's a bit like, every morning, get up, we have a wrestle. And I'm like Khabib, because he just kicks and drives, and then like I wrap his legs around one arm, wrap his arms around the other arm, and just like squeeze until he goes to sleep.
What the fuck?
And then we like just lie there for 2 hours, and that's the only way he sleeps.
Yeah, you're like Khabib. You're undefeated. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it undefeated because
Rob, get the baby out of a Kimura.
between the hours of 12 and 6, he's definitely winning. Right. It's just them last 2 hours, 8 o'clock before I have to get up and go. Are
you saying on a public episode of this podcast that you choke your baby to sleep every morning?
No, I don't choke him to sleep. I just like get up so he can't move, and then he gives up. Then he goes to sleep.
Sounds the same.
Wow.
It's like when you're in the bottom of a pylon, and like you got to like, get off me now, I can't breathe.
So it's like a protection thing. Like he feels safe and you.
It must be. I don't know. I've never asked him because he won't answer me.
Is it skin to skin?
But I have asked him. He just doesn't answer me. No, it's just.
It's just the restraint manoeuvres that the prison service use, but Rob's decided to just lay down the law really early.
I get up at 6 o'clock and have him from 6 till 8, so my wife can sleep because she gets up with him through the night because she's breastfeeding. And in them 2 hours I've learned if you just grab his legs, grab his arms so he can't kick or punch you or writhe, then he goes to sleep. So that's what I do every morning. Literally bang.
Just hog tie him?
Like that. What?
Hog tie him?
That's when I think you start going to... At the moment, it's like a bit of a hug. It's just a bit too tight. When I start hog-tying them, that's like, you're a bit of a Sharon Matthews then, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
It's swaddling, isn't it? If you wrap
it's
them
just
up,
swaddling, I just do it with my arms,
They go, I can't go anywhere, fuck it.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just do it with my arms.
Oh, mate, I like it. Welcome to that fucking club. I mean, I'm not like choke holding my daughter, but, you know.
I bet you used to, though. Come on.
I don't know, fuck around.
There's been some ways to get her to sleep.
She's a fucking nightmare at the moment because we've taught her about consent. Laura's talking about consent because she's...
Whoa.
I was going to say nice and early, but we know who her dad is. So.
Whoa.
Let me explain it.
Whoa.
Let me explain it. Because Laura's worried about, like, in 10 years' time, about, like, dirty little fucking horny lads. Like, so... Because basically the whole thing now, isn't it, about consent? So Laura's,
I'm sorry, Dan, but you go on all the time about why have I got this reputation for being a nonce or dirty Grandad Dan, and you're currently telling a story that your own wife is shitting herself over what men her daughter might meet.
She's three, nearly 4. Yeah.
So it's like about owning her own body and stuff, that kind of stuff.
She just doesn't want a lad pushing. Basically, as we all know, lads, because we've all been there. Like, no, come on. But Laura's gone. Laura's done that same thing that your missus has done about the fucking grip of death. She's read something on Facebook about consent, and it's like, it's really important that Etta knows that it's her body and her choice. And so she's taught a 3.5-year-old that no means no.
Does Etta really need a 10-year run-up at that?
No, she absolutely fucking doesn't, because she's now using it in day-to-day things. So I'm like, Etta, brush your teeth. She's like, no. And I'm like, Etta, it's time to brush your teeth. And she's like, no means no. You're like, you little
My body,
rat.
my choice. My body, my choice.
It's not sexual assault, it's dental hygiene. Your breath fucking stinks. And this is the brutal one. It happens all the time. And I know why Laura's tried to teach this. I get it. Because one of my big fears is fucking horny, handsy little 14-year-olds in a few years' time. But it's brutal with a 3-year-old because she's like, whenever she doesn't want you to do. So if you're tickling, she's like, no means no. And you're like, oh, fuck. And then she goes, yes means yes. It's the weird. She's like, and you're like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's just like, I don't want you to tickle anymore. All right, tickle me anymore. But she's making it way more layered. She doesn't realise she's talking about consent. So I'm like, all right, we're not playing this game anymore and fuck off. That is genuinely...
It's not a bad thing to learn, is it?
No.
In a pure way.
It's not. Adam, tune back into the pod.
I feel better that I just hold my lad a little bit too tight now. Dan's stuck to a weird place.
Can't have your daughter saying yes means yes at 3 years old.
Especially the way you said it.
I know. That's the joke. It's just meant to be funny, you fucking pack of twats. You're not meant to be in your hoodie going, oh no! It's just a fucking bit, innit? You absolute bellends. Oh my God.
It's harrowing.
I understand, Dan, really. I'm only messing. It is a weird thing, though, when once you become a dad.
I'm the dickhead all of a sudden here. He chokes his baby to sleep and he's teaching his daughter about sexual consent at 3 years of age, but for some reason I'm the knobhead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somehow you've ended up the knobhead.
The aggressive tone you've taken as well makes me understand why he's having to teach his daughter no means no at 3 years old.
What lessons are you going to teach your children at an early age, Adam?
Karate.
Karate. I didn't mean literally, I meant like morally.
Oh. No, you don't need any models when you're 3. You don't, do you? That's my toy. Fucking leave it alone.
That's my toy.
Roundhouse kick.
So just selfishness straight away. No generosity. That's my toy.
Yeah, that's my toy.
That's my toy.
I don't
I'll
have to
punch
share
your
my
head in.
toy with you if I don't want to. Fuck off. Leave me toys.
Is this what you're saying to your 3-year-old? It literally.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's my PS7.
I thought that was Adam teaching his 3-year-old to stay away from his collection of toys. Daddy, I haven't got any of my own. Fuck off! They're collectibles. They're fucking Pokemon. You don't even get them.
Daddy, can I play with your elephant? No.
No.
No means no.
I'm going to teach my kids, like that their stuff is theirs. And if other kids want to use them, then they have to ask nicely and they don't always have to say yes.
That's kind of similar to what he's teaching Etta.
It is, yeah.
That is.
It's a very more 3-year-old way to do it, though.
But that is the most obvious statement in the world. Like, that's like, so you've got some toys, and if you don't want to share them, you don't have to. That's not, you've not, like, changed the game of parenting.
I'm not saying I have. Carl asked me what I'm going to teach them. I'm not trying to change the game. I'm just trying to raise little rowie bags.
That thing you're trying to teach as well, that's already innate in the child. They know that's their toys, and they don't want anyone to play with them.
No, but they need to be respectful with it as well. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I've really enjoyed? Watching Etta just work out the social sort of thing of being like, I'm not arsed. It's just a really weird thing to watch because you think kids are just like, yay, play with anyone. But I can tell when she's not keen on someone. And you think all kids are like, yeah, I just want to play. But as soon as she's not asked, and she doesn't know how to like process it.
Yeah.
But you can see she's like, oh, I like you. And she's not saying it, but when they're playing around the playground and one kid wants to play with her, she's not into it. You can tell she's already got that first stage. She's like, yeah, you're a bit of a cunt. Like, it's not, nothing's being said. There's no nastiness, but she's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not fucking into it. I love watching it going, go on, she is annoying. Go and fuck off and play on the other side of the playground. Get in. I like it.
Just, are you on the playground?
Like, yeah.
I feel like you're idolising the freedom.
Are you on the playground? Yeah.
Well, he's not allowed on playgrounds. We know
he's standing watching. So
yeah.
Where would you like me to be in this situation?
In your car.
In a helicopter.
In a helicopter. Good. Am I on the playground? Nah, just leave her and fuck off. Yeah, that's another great thing to teach your daughter. Just fucking sort yourself out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she'll become a strong, independent woman.
Right, yeah. Then that consent game might fucking work out quite well. You know, because I left her in a public park and fucked off home to watch Mandalorian.
I thought you meant school. Playground. Because when you say playground, in my head, I go to...
Yeah, playground to me is... Yeah.
Right, there's been some weird miscommunication in this one, hasn't there? I just meant the fucking playground at the park.
Oh, the park.
You were like, are you there? Yeah, Carl. Yeah. I tend to, when I'm in sole charge of my daughter, not fuck off. Why did you leave her on the park? Well, because we've done a podcast and I get called nonce loads, and I just thought there might be a listener or someone who watches the YouTube and be like, should you be on the park, mate? So I just leave her there.
What would you do, right? Because obviously this podcast is becoming more and more popular. Like, for anyone who hasn't seen the pay-per-view, this has gone out after it's expired anyway, but obviously we waxed Brennan Reese's arsehole live on the pay-per-view, and
one of the
3
moments
people
I
the next day
forget.
at Cheshire Oaks asked him how his arse was, like just 3 random people. So this podcast is being seen. If you were at the park with Etta, surrounded by other families with children that you don't know, and one of our listeners went, fucking Dave the nonce in it, and then just fucked off, how would you handle that situation? Are you prepared for it?
It would be brutal. It would be brutal, and I would find it very funny. But I would pray to fucking Christ that I wasn't in the park with Laura and Etta. Like, if it's just my 3-year-old, she's going to fucking miss it. She's just wandering around. And I can just take the hit of like, yeah, our listeners, our fans are fucking lunatics. But if Laura sees me getting called a nonce in a playground, and then she has to deal with the fact that she's there with the nonce, as all the other parents are like, what's happening? Why did that person shout nonce? And surely it's not going to be one of the other parents. It's going to be a drive-by. It's going to be some little rat on a mountain bike go, Dave the nonce! Thanks for listening. Make sure to sign up, patreon.com/haveawordpod.
That's before Dan reacts. He's going to be going, oh, Dan, what level Patreon?
Are you £10? Yeah, nice one. But if Laura's there, that's going to ruin the afternoon. I can fucking tell you. That's going to be a brutal one.
How old is Etta going to be before you'll let her do her own thing? Like, when will she be allowed to go to the park with her mates without you? You got that in your head? Have you got anything? You've had a boy, haven't you?
You've got to give them some leeway. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a little liar.
You just
I don't want a liar.
I know you're asking me, but mine's only 4 months. All is still relatively new to me.
But do you not project forward and think, I don't want to be one of those parents that pretends they've got a little angel And he's like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and you're not going there. Because kids...
That was my mum, that.
If they want to do... Yeah, the same as us. I just lied through my teeth to her. Laura said the same. She was like, yeah, mum said, don't go there with them, and you're not allowed to do this. And so they just made up elaborate lies and like got other kids' mums to cover for them. Like, yeah, she's here. Just lied. And I don't want a kid... Obviously, you've got to like hope that she's not fucking mental, but I don't want a kid being like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm going to Evensong at church," and then going off to some fucking dogging site. I think you've got to give a little bit of leeway.
Why'd you go to that spectrum?
Why dogging?
Yeah, why dogging?
Well, you know, just
Why
some
sexual?
Just some fucking...
Why sexual, Dan?
Just...
Why not getting bladdered in a park? Why go sexual?
When did this comedy podcast become... like, literally, like, what... Why did you try and be funny with dogging? Like, it turns into news night all of a sudden.
I want my kids by the time they're 7 to be making their own tea.
Or cups of tea, or literally tea.
Dinner. Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah. At least once a week. They have to give it a crack.
And at least once a month, you'll have to get a new kitchen because they've burnt the cunt down.
No, I'll monitor them. I'll be there. I'll put a camera in. I'll sit in me fucking... CCTV thing upstairs, watching, making sure they're all right. If they set anything on fire, I'll be ready to
Right. So, just to check, I'm the nonce, but he set up CCTV all around the house. Where's Dad? He's in his lair. Camera 3, camera 4. Yeah. Why aren't your kids' friends allowed round to your house, Adam? I think it might be the lair. I've got
the camera shy.
The camera's just in the kitchen.
All right.
And it's only used when they're cooking.
Right. Good.
Like attached to the little clicker thing. Like,
why is that
sets off the gas ring?
Your idea of independence is as long as they can make their own tea.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not independence. It's just, getting them ready for life. I'm also going to teach them about like money
You don't
trouble.
make your own tea?
I do.
It should be like every other night. You don't make your own tea. And you're like, I want my kids to make my own tea.
Fucking look how
You're
fit I am.
fine.
I fucking lost weight this year, mate. You know what I mean? I used to, though. No, but like, I don't want them to grow up like me. I had no money skills. They're going to be going to debt lessons when they're like 6.
Our bags had no money skills. Can you believe it?
You know what I mean?
Sorted now, though.
I want to teach them life skills because you don't learn life skills in school. So they're going to learn to cook when they're 7. By the time they're 8, I want them to be lending their friends money, but like at a rate of interest.
Fucking hell.
How much? Like, they'll go, oh, here's £3. I want £3.60 back.
Yeah. It's what every parent wants. Rob's the same.
Yeah.
You want your child to be a money launderer by at least year 5.
20% APR. It's just, it's normal for 9-year-old.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right, lad. I'm knocking on. Don't get your mum. I've come for the Buzz Lightyear. Give me the fucking Buzz Lightyear. You knew when I lent you the money.
What are you putting up against this chomp, lad? You can have this chomp. What are you putting up against it? Where's your collateral?
And that's what I want. I want them to, be wheeling and dealing, figuring out how to make money. Using the money they've got to make more money. £3 becomes £3.60. £3.60 becomes £4.32.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it.
Just it makes sense, doesn't it?
When does selling drugs come into that? It feels like it's a natural progression.
Yeah.
No, they can just go on to selling sweets on the out of school. I'll get my old DVD printing stuff out.
Yeah.
Give them that, They can
Do you know by the time you have kids, that won't be an issue anymore? Like, you won't need to sell sweets on the yard at school.
Why?
It should be like everyone just have like Amazon on the phone that'll drop sweets off in like 10 minutes.
Nah, it doesn't work like that, lad. It doesn't work. Some things are there forever. Selling on the yard of school is one of them.
Fucking love Amazon. Bring it on. If Amazon start being able to drone deliver pick and mix, my diabetes is getting locked in for the next 2 years. Like, definitely.
Have you ever used Amazon Prime Now?
Is that the one where it delivers within an hour?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. Yeah. If they can start doing that in Cheshire, I'm well impressed.
Yeah. I've sent flowers within an hour when I've had murder.
Isn't that that's Amazon's dream, isn't it, to have hubs everywhere?
Yeah.
And then you can get, it's not just literally next day, it's next hour delivery, but for everything in the warehouse.
Yeah. It's boss, innit? Imagine that. I want a fucking remote control helicopter. There it is.
I haven't bought a Christmas present in a shop this year for the first time ever. Like, these have been shopping loads for each other and fucking doing the family Christmas shop and everything. And I haven't done any of the Christmas shopping. We've been to town a couple of times and just had a little wander around. Maybe got a bath bomb for my niece and nephew from Lush or like little bits. But I've not done like the
How old
classic.
Are your niece and nephew?
5 and 10.
And you got them a bath bomb.
Yeah.
Are
They
the
love,
girls?
For a 5-year-old?
they love bath bombs.
That's crazy. I get bath bombs for like my aunties.
Why is that crazy? Why,
do
they're like
lush-
bath bombs.
Why are you laughing then?
I'm laughing because I thought you were going to turn it sexual. Going, why are you getting kids? Why are you getting kids stuff for the bath, Dan? I thought you were going to go weird.
Are you in the bath? Are you in the bath?
That's
No.
what I thought you were going with it. That's why I was laughing.
I'm not in the bath. Thanks, Carl. Cheers. Are you in the school bath? No, they do little bath bombs.
I can understand why kids are like a bath bomb.
They do the little robot bath bombs you put them in and like a rainbow comes off them. The Scouse Bird shop does them as well.
Oh, really?
There's toys you can get, and inside, like, remember like a Kinder Egg?
Yeah.
But it's a bath bomb. So you put it in the bath and the toy comes out in the bath.
Sick. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Do you know what? I pulled you up on it. You've explained yourself.
No worries, mate. I'm feeling a little bit spiky from the level of nonce accusation I've suffered.
It's been heavy.
A lot of it was self-inflicted. I'll give you that. But I was getting a bit spiky there because I was like, I'm not having to defend myself on bath bombs.
Yeah. I am with you on that, and I feel like that's been very nonce-heavy, and I feel like I want to apologise myself, Dan, because what's happened is I'm a fan of the pod, and I've come in with pre-knowledge of you being a nonce joke and gone heavy on it straight away.
Mate, Rob, on the live show on Sunday night, one of the biggest round of applause he got was basically going, yeah, because he's a nonce, and everyone
It was the very end of the
it
podcast,
was fucking brutal.
Take it from Dan.
It was when you had to end because it was like, oh, we can't end anymore.
Hey, I'm so tempted to get him a little rainbow bath bomb for Christmas.
I love a bath bomb, but I don't think I did when I was 5. Back then, I was just fucking vosying and fucking...
You're a working class lad from Liverpool. Bath bombs are a very... I don't remember bath bombs when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Bath bomb technology has really come on.
I used to be a massive bath guy, but I haven't had a bath in 6 years.
What happened, Rob?
What happened was we moved into a new build, and the bath they give you is basically a bidet. And it's literally, my bath is smaller than this couch. So I tried to get a bath once and was like, well, this is fucking pointless, innit? And I've not had a bath, so now...
It's basically you and a glass of water.
Yeah, so now I just look at it. It's just an ornament in my house that teases me every day going, look at you, you fuck cunt, you can't get in me anymore.
Well, it saves on hot water bills, doesn't it? If it's just a little bit of water and then you squidge in with it.
Yeah, but it's either legs or body. You can get the choice, like, so it's either legs and in the bath, or my body's in the bath, my legs are up the wall. It's like, which one do you want? It's horrible.
Yeah,
I used to love a bath as well.
A bath's nice, but it's just a bit of faff, innit? Shower feels more efficient. You're in, you're out,
Why is it
you're done.
faff?
No, I get a bath more often than I get a shower.
Yeah, I would.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Just can't be arsed with the
I got a bath before I went out last night. I had a little bath, and then I get a shower as I get out the bath, just to rinse yourself off.
Yeah.
It's mad. I haven't had a shower for years.
Don't call him Rowie bags.
You haven't had a shower for years?
A bath for years. I bath with other people, but I've never...
Oh, hello.
Don't get me out of the bath.
Are they fucking kids, lad? Do you know them? Where'd you get them from? The fucking playground? Just trying to help you.
Cheers, mate.
trying
Trying to help me by spreading the accusation instead of just easing off me. Just start calling other people.
Yeah, no, I love a bath. You get a nice little soak. You get all wrinkly. You know,
It's not that sexy though, is it? Am I the only one?
Why has it got to be sexy?
I'm just because he said with other people.
Oh, sorry.
No, it is sexy. We just have to be.
Is a bath with other people dead
no.
sexy? Because
Once
I've
again.
never lived in a house with a
Have
bath
sex
big
is
enough that you
boss.
could be like, it's basically.
Oh, no, it's not.
Someone's
sex
got.
is amazing. You can toe fuck them.
I don't think you've ever had it.
I don't think that's like exclusive to baths, though. You know, if you want to toe fuck someone, just toe fuck them.
You don't toe fuck someone.
I think you've got to. Talking about consent, I think you've got to ask first.
Can you
Yeah,
give me the schematics of this?
Toe means toe.
What's the schematics mean?
Like,
Mate, can I just say, they don't call him Rowie. No,
What
shit.
does schematics mean?
I want to know like the positioning of the people and the
So
layout.
you've normally got like hopefully a lady. But
Right.
you'll take what you
For
can
start, before we carry on, when did you have sex in a bath?
get. I've never had sex in a
Yeah,
bath.
because
Exactly.
water is not a lube.
Just bang that bell down. This is something that annoys me. That bell is underutilized.
Yeah, but I'd get a sore finger.
No, I have had sex in a bath before, but you could toe fuck them. We had sex in a bath and then there was no walls left by the end, really.
Do you think they want you to though? The lady in question, are they thinking getting in this
It was their
bath?
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which toe did you start with a little
No, I
one
didn't
and
toe
work
fuck
them
her.
up? Oh,
I'm
right,
saying
okay.
you could toe fuck.
Is that like there's
you
that
sit
toe
opposite
fucking
ends, don't you? And
four-way?
your legs are sort of intertwined, and you could just bend your knee a bit and then just fucking go for it. Like
Yeah.
you can't.
And my point was that is not sexy, but Adam's like, yo, girls love a toe fuck. Where did you grow up?
You have
I'll
to
be
make
honest,
sure
right,
you
I've
have to
seen-
make sure you've clipped your nails, though.
I've seen Katie Price's sex tape and she gets toe fucked in that, so
There you go.
you might be onto
But like,
something.
you know, we just went at it
Do you
like two
start with a
fucking.
little toe and
How
then
do you
build
toe
up?
fuck someone? Do you have to like turn it sideways?
No, you just like
No, you
Can you individually control your toes?
you just get one toe up and you just like nub it in.
It's just your big toe. Can you individually control your big toe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just put your other toes to like the side, and then you just.
Oh, I can't make my toes sideways.
It's like you're thumbing it in.
You can move your toes sideways.
No, you just put. No, I'm saying
down.
your toes like that.
I hope everyone's had a lovely Christmas.
Your toe just gets pushed in.
Oh, I've never done it. I
don't understand why
you can fuck in the bath though. You can like do missionary, but the water does splash out.
How big's the bath though? Like,
how big's the bath?
I've never been in a bath big enough that I thought.
Yeah, you need like a swim.
I got asked to do it.
Exactly.
Rob and his missus in the kids' end. With a lifeguard like, oh, Jesus.
Like, I got asked to do it by a lady. And
you are so fucking mysterious
she
with your
doesn't sound like a
ladies.
lady, you know.
He's got. I'm looking forward to the new year where we have a bit more clarity from Rowie Bags because there's such a web of like a lady.
No, this wasn't recent.
Lady.
There haven't been any recent ones. No, there have not.
Can you give me a number?
No, we have to wait 6 months. We all know that.
No, this wasn't one of the 3 relationships.
It was a one-night stand.
Hold on, are we still talking about toe fucking, or are we talking about bath sex now? I'm lost.
Bath banging.
Yeah, bath sex and a one-night stand.
Yeah, but if you got a hotel though, that's
no,
normal.
It was someone I seen a couple of times, but it never became serious. And one night we were in there, she was like, "Should we get a bath?" And I was like, "Sound." She was like, "Will you fuck me in the bath?" And I went, "Yeah."
I don't think that happened, did it? It was a John Grisham.
So it's just, I think he's lost in his own bullshit.
Yeah, he is.
Why would I make this up?
She just asked, just matter of fact, will he fuck me in the bath?
How hot was the bath?
Oh, like that. Yeah, I just like.
So what did you do when you waited for the bath to
like
fill?
I was just going and like with every.
Was you having foreplay while you waited for the bath to fill, or was you just standing like talking like? How was your day gone?
It had a door in it, so we had to sit in and wait for it to fill.
Had a door.
It didn't.
How old was she?
Press the bell, mate.
No, it didn't have a door in it. But like we got in and then we just, we went.
Did you get in one at a time or both the same time?
I can't really remember. Probably one at a time. And we were fucking going for it. But every time I smashed into
flooded?
it, like half the water had come out the bath. So in the end, we were essentially just fucking in a puddle.
Was it in your house?
It's all over the shop. It's at SeaWorld. He fucks Shamu.
So you flooded someone's bathroom, yeah?
I think he's toe banged an orca.
I have. A different story.
I really want to know who this person is now.
Anyway, congratulations on being a dad is what we were trying to say.
Yeah, it's good. It's tiring, isn't it? It's tiring.
It is tiring.
I cried to an Instagram reel this morning. That's how tiring it is. Just like,
has it messed with the emotions?
Oh, mate, it's just the tiredness. Literally, it was an Instagram reel as well about a postal service worker in Virginia whose street decided to come out and press car horns and clap for him because he'd worked through the pandemic, and he was crying. I saw him cry and just started welling up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? I didn't even leave the house when we all clapped for the NHS. I didn't acknowledge that happened. But there's a postal worker in Virginia on Instagram. I had one little tear, and I've had 3 hours sleep and went,
you're a big softie, really, though, aren't you?
Special.
Like, our listeners might not necessarily know this, but like certainly on Facebook amongst the comedian community, you're sort of known as a bit of a sort of abrasive bastard.
Oh,
like
you are a wind up. It's
an absolute dick swinging bully cunt.
I wouldn't say I'm a bully.
No, but like you project that vibe of I'm fucking Rob Thomas, lads, and I'll fucking this is how I feel about all of this, and you can all fuck off. But no, you know what? It's shit. That's shit. Everyone's shit. I'm fucking bossing everything's shit. And then on the slide, you're dead sound, and you'll just send someone a message like, "Really enjoyed your thing that you put on." He won't like quote tweet it going, "This is boss this." He'll retweet it with no comment, and then you get the comments in your DMs like, "It's good, that lads." Yeah, I'm not going to tell anyone I think it's good, but I'll let you know I think it's good.
Well, I just think it's funny, that's why.
Yeah, but you're a nice guy deep down, but you project this image of...
I don't project the image, that's just who I am. That's what I find funny. I like being abrasive, I think it's quite funny. It's like,
Rob, you can show them this lovely image by giving them the gifts you've brought along.
All right, Carl, thanks. I was thinking myself, I'm going to segue these gifts.
That's what he's here for.
And that's literally Carl. Carl, Carl's bringing it out because he thinks I was lying. When before the podcast, I said I didn't get you anything.
It's fine.
And I wasn't lying. I haven't got you nothing.
It's absolutely
But you've got
fine.
me and Dan a gift.
I've got you and Dan a gift.
Hey, Johnny Bongo brought us a gift. Rob's brought us a gift. Every other guest needs to fucking book their
I mean,
ideas.
John
up, please.
brought us celebrations.
What do you reckon it is?
Oh yeah, did John May bring?
He brought us celebrations, yeah.
Oh, John May brought us celebrations as
Dan,
well.
you're first. Now, you had a lot of stick on this podcast. And I think you play second fiddle to Adam a lot, which I don't think. You should remember who you are, Dan. You pioneered comedy back in the day. And you did things no one. You're one of the best comics.
This is freaking me out. Because I've been dealing with him on the internet, and now this is genuinely making me think like, oh my god, is this like a court order?
Because you were one of the best comics in the Northwest, and you still are, and you should.
That started out as a compliment,
and you
then
should.
really went regional.
I was like, oh shit, this turned into an insult.
One of the best comics from your road.
Yeah, you was.
You know, in the country, and I think you should play up to that rather than play yourself down.
No, I don't.
So I remember when you gone live in New Zealand.
Oh, that's sick.
And you were selling them, and I got one off you, and you wrote on it, "You fucking lid." Now you were doing it ironically, whereas now you're doing it financially. You pretend to be Scouse, because let's be honest, you're doing it now because you want to make more money. But
That's fucking
I've
sick,
saved it. I put it in a frame, and I thought, all the specials you got on the wall, you should have your own up now and again.
Oh mate,
Just
that's very kind.
Just
That's very kind.
to accept.
Oh,
it.
do you know what, Rob? That is a
I love that.
genuinely
That's great.
that's
That's
lovely.
nice, that, isn't it?
I love that we were doing the lid thing. Do you remember when we started really banging the lid thing, and we were talking about shows? Did you actually do a show called Lid in La Vida Loca?
He did, yeah.
Do
Do you know who came up with that name? Me.
Mate,
It was him.
I come up with the name, and I thought to myself, "That's fucking stupid." That, and he went, so "I'm going to call me show that. That's
No,
fucking posh."
we were in a car share, right?
Yeah.
We'd gone to do some shit gig in the middle of nowhere. I was like, I'm going to try and do an hour at Hot Water, and he was like, "What are you going to call it?" And I was like, "I don't know, like, want to lean into the Scouse thing?" And he was like, do like a parody, you know?
No,
like
you were
people
going to call it Live in La Vida Loca, and I said, call it Lid in La Vida Loca.
you
And
go.
you were
I
like,
think that's when I started to really like you guys. This is about 6-7 years ago, innit? I think I was like, these like, because you're a bit younger than me. I was like, I think these lads are all right. Anyone who calls the show lit or comes up with it, Lid in La Vida Loca.
You used to say that in your house to Danny, didn't you, all the time?
Oh, mate, we
I
used to
remember
love
you
it.
ripping the shit out of it when I used to see you on stage.
When was this, do you think? Was this about 5-6 years ago?
I reckon might even. When were you in New Zealand?
Yeah.
It'll say on the side. won't it? What's it say?
2014.
It says on the side of the frame.
2014.
Look on the sleeve. It's got John Cooper artwork on the sleeve.
Oh,
and the
sorry.
sleeve of your own.
I thought you said the
CD.
frame.
The
Yeah.
sleeve. Does it not say in the corner?
No, but it was
Yeah.
2014.
So probably the year after that.
Mate.
Fucking belted of a gift, that.
Thank you, mate.
For you,
Okay. Mackies.
because I know what you get like when you don't have one.
Got me a Mackies.
What
I
is it?
don't. It's a McDonald's.
What is it
breakfast.
though? Blechy?
Yeah, because he gets a cob on if he doesn't get a McDonald's. You know, I don't want Scouse Twitter coming for me at the end of the show.
Is it
When did you
is it-
buy this?
No, it was meant to be a Mackey's breakfast, but I got there at 1 minute past 11, so they wouldn't give me it. So I just got you a double cheeseburger and 6 chicken nuggets.
Oh, you bastard. I'm so jealous.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
That was meant to wind them up, and he's just gone. Mackey's
Nah,
breakfast,
mate.
aren't? Yeah.
No, no,
Mackey's.
no.
It was meant to, I've got one more.
You're
This
too
is for
late on
everyone.
that.
This is.
Oh,
Could have just done yourself a favour and said this is for Carl.
this is feeling Christmassy now.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, mate. Oh, it's upside down.
That's so sick.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's done all right,
He's
hasn't he?
fucking nailed this. That's how you...
Brennan Reach's arse, and you two absolutely made up to see it.
Do you know, that's so funny, because when someone showed us that picture, you showed it us, didn't you, Finn? And I was like, that needs framing.
Well, now it does.
That is
Sick.
Anyone want a
fucking
chicken
tremendous.
Throw one over there.
Can someone take this off me now? Because I'm not standing like this the whole show.
Let's have a little break.
Go on.
Finish these chicken nuggets.
Got one on.
Yeah, go on then.
God, I'm so glad this is a Christmas one, because it feels particularly mental. Right, let's have a break.
Pass that, Rob. Yeah. What's happening, guys? Today's episode is brought to you by Supreme CBD. Now, CBD oil has got so many uses. It's good for your mental health. It can help you sleep. It's really good for your skin. There's so many uses for this, and a lot of people are starting to use this and feel a lot better about their lives. We've got a 30% off code for our listeners. The promo code is WORD, WORD. You can go to supremecbd.uk. You can get some oil. They come in gummy bear form. There's loads. It's dead good. We love this company. They're here on board with us. Go and support them, and let's get back to the podcast.
That song just constantly in your head because of that photo.
Oh, someone sang it before. Who sang it?
No, you sang
You
it,
sang
and I
it?
went, "That's from Superbad, isn't it?" And you went, "Yeah, it's from when he sings to the lad."
Oh, right. I thought someone else had sung it.
You put it in your own head.
Hey, I love doing that with Laura. Any song and it just goes in. Fucking great fun. You could sing anything.
down, baby.
Oh,
You're straight in a range.
I could get her with that in about, I think that'd take 15 seconds. She's like,
I've got a question here from Jack. Just Jack, no second name.
Jacko.
All right, Lid's got a question for you. What do you guys think about comedians who have come out as overtly political, particularly those on the right like Leo Kearse, Jeff Norcott? I saw a study saying the most comedians in the BBC were overly left. What are your thoughts? Nice one. Love the pod.
They are.
yeah, it's a very liberal industry, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But it's because it's very, very, like... the UK TV comedy scene is very political. Certainly Mock the Week, it's a political comedy show, really. And, you know, there's been a long line of political comedy shows in the UK. I certainly think so. And it's so much easier to be a left-wing comedian because it's easy to call someone a cunt and make it funny. Like, for being selfish or whatever. It's very difficult to... Well, it can be difficult to be, like... right-wing and be like, oh, these lefties just want to make sure everyone's fed and watered. Aren't they shit? It's hard. It's quite hard to make that work as a joke. I think Jeff Norcott is fucking brilliant. I think he's dead good. Leo Kearse is dead good. I don't necessarily agree with 10% of what either of them believe, but they're dead good comics. And
they're not faking it. They're conservatives, aren't they?
Yeah.
Their politics leans a little to the right.
Leo
And
Kearse voted for Corbyn.
There's so few right-leaning comedians that even if just one or two of them come out and say, "Oh, I'm not a left-wing liberal," they stand out. And then the sad thing is that a lot of like the lefties in comedy go, "Oh, well, that's a bit alt-right," and you're like, "No, they're not extremists. They're not fascists. They're just not."
Yeah.
Centrist left.
I think
comedians.
that BBC thing's wrong though when it says like, oh, it's very overtly left sort of thing. Because it's me like, I don't think that many comedians are overtly left. It's just that the comedians that are overtly left are very loud about it. So it makes everyone else seem. But I think most comedians are probably left leaning. I think most people in the arts are left leaning. You're working in a job that's like it's about entertainment. You're like straight away. If you're a comedian, you're choosing a life of like freedom and a gig sort of life. It's less personal responsibility in it sort of thing. Really, it's up to you to go out and earn the money, but it's more about like you have to have a certain appreciation of freedom and looking at like I don't even know. Where
The arts
itself
traditionally have not been a bastion of like Tories and the right way.
You're not massively business thinking, are you? If you're going to go into so you tend to have the kind of brain that is a bit more. Liberal, I wouldn't say you're overtly liberal.
Being pessimistic, which I'm not, because I'm not saying that, it's a fucking good career move. Like if you aren't,
you tick the box. Yeah,
like if it's the most random thing, if you're a white middle class British comedian, if you want to stand out as different and you go that way, you go slightly right leaning.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you stand out. Like Jeff Norcott has made the joke by being right wing. He's essentially a minority, and he gets put on things because it's like, well, he's one of the very few comedians that's right wing.
I think one of the things with it though as well, you've got to be good. So if you're going to be a comedian, because what Adam's saying about TV and political, Jeff Norcott, he's a very good comedian. Leo Kearse, very good comedian. Andrew Lawrence, very good comedian, but he come out political, and party was like, this doesn't suit what you're doing. Where Jeff Norcott and Leo Kearse, they've always talked about like politics to an extent. Andrew Lawrence never really did he? And then he come out really right wing, and everyone was like, "Oh, look at him, he's being honourable." And it's like, is he, or is he just?
It's quite interesting this week, though, isn't it? That something that Andrew Lawrence said, which was misinterpreted at the time, is now the forefront of a conversation in comedy. Because when Andrew Lawrence, so for those who don't know what went on, a few years ago, there's a comic called Andrew Lawrence who a lot of you will know of because he did a lot of TV shows. He's done Live at the Apollo. And he essentially came out with that he sort of identified with some of UKIP's policies, for example, thought that the fact that, you know, UKIP were winning a lot of votes and that the TV industry were ignoring it and still calling UKIP voters idiots when a large part of the country were now supporting that party. He felt like, you're overlooking a huge portion of the population here. And he also said, there's a lot of problems with comedy on TV, diversity
that was
quotas.
His biggest one. He said like women on TV.
No, what he said was panel shows are full of women posing as comedians. And what and what people took that
choice
as
of language.
What people took that as is what he's saying is women can't be comics. Not what he meant. What he meant was stop putting Claudia Winkleman on 8 out of 10 cats when there are female comics.
Yeah.
That's what he meant. And now this week, the same people who hate Andrew Lawrence are going, fucking Big Fat Quiz of the Year, there's 2 women on it and neither of them are comedians. Why aren't you booking any female comedians? It's the exact same thing he was talking about, really. Look, I don't agree with 10% of what Andrew Lawrence said. I really, really, really don't. But that thing, what he was lambasted for a few years ago, the same people who scolded him, the Twitter angry mob, are now going, why are they putting these women posing as comedians when there's female comedians out there?
He went early and he went harsh. It's not what Leo Kurtz and Jeff Norcott do. They just basically
they're like, this is me politics. This is the funny bit about it.
Jeff Satori. I think Andrew Lawrence started a very difficult conversation which resonated in an uncomfortable way with a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
Because there has been a lot of griping in the last 10 years from British acts. Like the circuit, for better or worse, probably not for better, is male dominated. And the TV industry, especially the BBC, because it's paid for by license fee payers, has a different set of standards. It's not just a business with a businessman going, well, like Hot Water can do, we're a business, we just want people who smash it. Couldn't give a fuck about quotas. The BBC do give a fuck about quotas. And it has developed some resentment within the circuit because it all of a sudden doesn't feel like a meritocracy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be a meritocracy. Everything is right for the vessel that it's being booked for. The BBC and those panel shows have an agenda, and it isn't like Olympic qualifying, like I've said before. Yeah. It's not just all the funniest acts, because if it was, it would be Mick Ferry, Glenn Wool, Adam Rowe, and that's how the panel would look. And he said certain things, well, I'm just being honest, he said certain things that on the face of it were unpalatable. On Twitter, they looked angry, they looked misogynistic, and the worst of it for me as a liberal comic, there's a few things that made me go, but I kind of see the point.
I think the problem was when he said them as well. He said them, 4 or 5 years ago now?
I think it might be even a little bit longer than that.
But when he said them, this wasn't a thing, was it? Us 3 sitting here on a podcast wasn't a thing. So when he was saying it, I think a lot of the people who are probably sitting there going, well, how else am I going to get a break, sort of thing? How else am I, like, people who he might have been on about, like, even like certain, because he said certain female comedians shouldn't be on there. He didn't just mean poser comedians. He was like, people who haven't earned the chops are being put on because they want tick boxes. And that was happening. But that was because they didn't have any other way to get the profile that they've got now. Whereas you look at someone like Kiri and Rachel. Rachel's not done loads of TV, done bits. Kiri, loads, done bits. They've got a massive profile for having a great podcast. There's different ways out there now for people who are decent to get the name out where there wasn't before. And him saying, well, they shouldn't be on there full stop, I think got a lot of people's backs. It was like, well done, surely we deserve some way of getting on there, because otherwise, how are we going to be able to get on there, and how is there going to be female representation on these things?
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's something that's largely overlooked, isn't it? Like, I'm in several WhatsApp groups with comedians, and everyone has a little bitch. It's a bitchy industry, in all honesty, and people talk about these things. Like, you'll see like the new lineup on Mock the Week, and someone will go, how the fuck is he on it? Or how the fuck is she on it? She's just on ticking a box. She's just on. But really, when we're talking about representation, there's always going to be a period where, and I hope no one takes this the wrong way, where there is a quality drop-off in favour of representation, because in a industry dominated by straight white males, when you're watching the TV industry of that, as a straight white male, you are watching the telly and seeing yourself represented and going, oh, he's like me. Like, the two acts that made me want to do stand-up were Kevin Bridges and Jason Manford, because I was like, they're just 2 working-class lads who dead young when they started. This is possible for me. And the argument in favour of
positive discrimination for diverse purposes is so that, like, if you're an Asian girl,
you should see an Asian girl on TV doing comedy, because then you can go, oh, it's possible for people like me as well.
I can't see it, I can't be it.
And because there's not been that many Asian girls who've done comedy, you're not necessarily going to get a club killer who's done it for 20 years. But you do have to go, right, there's an Asian girl doing comedy who's not terrible. She's all right. And we don't have anyone else. So we'll put her on for now and hope that the next generation, there's like 10 Asian girls who are doing comedy.
There might be one who's not good enough, and then the next time there's 30 to pick from, and 3 of them are fucking killers.
Yeah, but like, you know what's brutal when you watch some of these shows and they do get an older comic? They're not always fucking great. They're not always great. No. Like sometimes I watch these TV shows and you've got a younger woman on, or it's someone from, and you're like, it looks like a breath of fresh air, because sometimes the jaded old comic isn't as great as you'd think they'd be. Sometimes, like, I get the discrimination thing. It was an uncomfortable moment, I think, as a comic, where you're like, this is on the face of it abhorrent. But it's not just... The reason I think it provokes such a reaction is because it wasn't just hate for the sake of it. It was founded in some truth. I think oh God.
It seemed targeted a bit as well, because like he was commenting after shows and stuff, wasn't he? Or like he was highlighting people who shouldn't, like, or even stuff. And because once it gets targeted...
his head well and truly fell off.
Yeah, that's when it got like, weird.
His head didn't well and truly fall off when he made the statement, really. It was accompanied by the reaction to it, because he went, I think this, and an entire industry went, fuck off, fuck you, none of us want anything to do with you ever again. And then what happens a lot of the time with stuff like that is they have to double down on what people thought they were saying. It's happened to comics who shall not be named, who've essentially been called, oh, you're a bit mental, you're a bit conspiracy theorist. And I remember a certain comic that I really won't name, when he first started going down that, he was like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's just a lot of things we need to have a look at here. And he was being quite sensible. He was like, this is a problem. This is a problem. Why is no one talking about it? And you're going, okay, I sort of see what you're saying, actually. Why is no one looking into that? And now it's Bill Gates wants to know where my cat is at all times. And that's why we're all getting this fucking vaccine. And it's like, it's because we put these people who don't necessarily have the opinion of the majority of the industry and say, oh, you're one of them. And then they're only accepted by people like that. It's like...
Who are you talking about? The extremists, the...
Yeah.
Right, okay,
so if you go, right...
They're disregarded as mental.
I'm right-leaning. Well, the left definitely... And look, we've said a few times...
I think that's human nature, but those, and then the problem is the telly plays into that. And that's human nature in the sense that... Remember when we were starting up and we'd go and people would say to us, you're not having 2 scouts on the bill?
Yeah,
because they hear a Scouse accent and go, it's the same as like you're going to talk about the same things. You're 2 Scouts on the bill, we're not having you on the bill, even though we could be talking about completely different things. I was 5 years older than you, so a different stage of my life. Talking about what like, but people go, not having 2 Scouts on the bill, and it's the same with like how many.
Can I just? It's probably a very valid point, but it sounds like you've gone as a Scouse white lad. I have suffered racism at the hands of promoters.
I have completely. No, but it is though. It's the same as that.
That's not so. That's not really what I was talking about, though.
I know, but what I'm saying is that's human nature that the telly then plays into by doing it.
Yeah, just before I lose my point, though, like what happens is, because we're in a left-leaning industry, and I'm a very, very, very left-leaning person. That's who I am, and I always will be. I hate every policy and ideology of the Tories. I'm a left-leaning person. The left definitely has a problem with, if you're not exactly like us, go fuck yourself. There's no room for sort of diversity of opinion on the left. It's binary. It's we think this. If you think that, then you're with them. And when you get someone who's centre or centre right or centre left and not quite left enough for the comedy industry, what happens is, even if they're just slightly left of centre, they go, well, I actually think this. And a lot of people go, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
But then people on the right go, I see what you mean. And then they eventually slowly end up centre of right and then alt-right.
Yeah.
And that someone who's centre-left can end up far right because the left reject them immediately.
Hal Cruttenden's been going on about it on Twitter. He's getting absolutely hounded by Corbyn supporters because he's a centrist. He's a centre, like an old Blairite sort of Labour, to a Corbynite leftist. That's like the worst thing ever. Oh, you're just as bad as them. You're like, no, that's not fair. You're basically pigeonholing And it doesn't help the argument. It makes it too simplified, and it makes the job of the right easier, because then they're like, cool, keep pushing all these people towards us and we'll keep winning elections.
The right doesn't have that problem, and it really doesn't. People on the right are far more likely to go, I disagree with you about that, but don't worry about it.
See, I think...
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I think the right has
100%.
that problem.
In terms of Brexit, did it feel like that they were really like, leave, remain? Did that?
Well, put it this way. The Conservative Party, when it came to Brexit, was split. Half of them campaigned for Brexit and half of them campaigned to remain. And that party is nowhere near as fractured as Labour, who campaigned entirely to remain.
But that's also the nature of politics, isn't it? That whoever's in power, and then the opposition's got to reorder itself. Yeah. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was reversed. Yeah. Labour had power, and you get that unity with power, but just culturally, there is a heavy-handedness with the left. And this is talking about Twitter, we're talking about the media, television. It's very like, well, of course we're right. We're leftists, we're liberals. Yeah. So we're nice people. And anyone that doesn't agree with us must be basically a fucking fascist. That's the vibe, isn't it? I think if you're not with us, you're not just right-leaning, you're a problem.
I think people forget that being nice is subjective. What's nice to you is not nice to me. And people completely forget that. Like, they're just like, no, I'm a nice person. I do all these things. People are like, yeah, but you think you're helping, but you might not be helping that cause. And by not helping that cause, you're not being nice anymore. But all they can get in there is, I'm helping, I'm being nice. Like, are you though? And that's what
you've come here to say, Rob. Yeah. Just be nice, man. Yeah. Just be nice.
So it takes you over an hour to reload your cum. Yeah.
And we're back.
It got weird, that.
Went ski with. Have we got something else?
This is from Helen. Do you have any weird superstitions? A lot of performers and athletes have lucky items or rituals before hitting the stage. Do you buy into any of it?
Well, superstitions and rituals are different things.
Yeah, but like things you do.
Superstitions, I am a little bit superstitious because my mum was, so I fucking wave at magpies and I'll only walk on 2 grids. You know what I mean?
The 2 grids.
I'm not walking on 3 grids. I say hello to the one magpie. If there's 2, leave them alone because you've already got your good luck there.
Is it just habit, or do you actually think, I'm going to fucking...
No, if I'm driving and I see a magpie, I'm like, what's happening, Mr. Magpie, lad?
Yeah, it's 5 or 6 times a journey.
Yeah.
My sister's just been given a fucking lot of magpies on your route.
It is, though. Yeah, I feel like they're following me because they're like testing me to make sure I don't get any bad luck.
That's gone from superstition to full blown. There's a magpie conspiracy against me. Always fucking around.
There's a lot more magpies now than there used to be, certainly in my life.
My sister's got a C-section date and she's been given the 13th and she's trying like fuck to get out of it. It's weird. Like, she's not particularly superstitious, but because with a C-section, you get told when you're having a baby, the birthday. She's like, I just don't want it, not the 13th. So it's weird how it does click into with people.
I would say I've got none, but then I have at the match, haven't I? You've been the match with me, and we were at the match. There was someone who's taller in front of Adam, and obviously I'm taller than Adam, so I think we like swap seats, and I was like, don't like swapping seats. Okay, Liverpool can see to the goal. Right, get fucking back, you. Get back. We're swapping seats. That's your fucking fault.
When I go to match, it tends to be with Rob. Now, like, I've got a few people I can sort of ask if they've got a spare ticket or whatever, but it's normally when Rob's brother can't go. Like, I'll go with Rob. And the guy who stands in front of Rob's brother is like 6'3", and the one who stands in front of Rob is a dwarf. So I was like, Rob, can we just swap so I can actually see the fucking match? And he was like, no, not doing it. And I was like, lad, I can't see the game. And he went, I'm superstitious, swap. And yeah, we conceded. And he was like, no, we've got to go back. And I had to just like
not nah. But that's the only place I'm like, that's like, nah.
Yeah. And can you back it up, or is it just a gut feeling? You're not like, do you know what? When we swapped seats 14 times in Istanbul,
sometimes I do think Salah's looking, going, is he in his right seat?
he looks to Allah and then to Rob Thomas.
Well, you don't want to blame something, do you? Because if you lose, you'd be like, I wondered if I sat in that seat we didn't fucking lose. You don't want to give it a chance, do you? It's like if you don't walk
yeah, just in case, you know.
Hey, it must be murder following a shit team as you move your way around the stadium. What's it like being a Watford fan? Fucking nightmare.
I wouldn't know, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
What about performing though? Have any of you got any superstitions or like rituals?
You didn't used to like getting paid before you went on, did you? Until
Yeah,
was
it's
it
a weird
Andrew
thing.
Maxwell.
Andrew Maxwell changed all of that for me by just going, what a load of fucking bollocks. And I was like, you're cool.
Yeah, I've always thought, give me the money because if I'm shit, I'm getting off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing is,
'Cause I
the
feel
comics
bad
don't
asking
get
for
paid
it.
before the gig because that'll like mess with the comedy gods.
Yeah, but what if you shit then?
But as soon as you see one cool comic go, shut up, you're like, oh yeah, shut up.
What did he do?
I got the money for the gig beforehand. The promoter wasn't there. I was on with another comic who was like, did the thing.
Yeah.
And it's just because, same as the magpie, same as the walking over 3 grids. Is it you can't walk over 3?
Can't walk
He's
over
bad
1 or
luck, yeah.
3. You have to walk over 2.
He's done. He's tired.
No, I'm all right.
He's had a late night. He's had a late night, Rob.
I'm still about 4.
Playing FIFA.
And basically, comics
Playing
just
FIFA.
comics just do that thing of like, oh well, if you're doing it, I want to seem like a comic.
yeah.
And Andrew Maxwell went, give me the fucking money. I went, do you mind being paid before the gig? He's like, I'll take the fucking money. I could eat my dinner on stage. Fucking, I'll have the money in this pocket, and every big laugh, I'll move £20 over from that pocket to this pocket. And I know he was taking the piss, but I was like, I will never be at a gig going,
Did he do it?
"Please
Though?
don't-"
Did he take a note
No,
out?
no, I was sort of watching for it.
I've been told this story
That'd be
third
so
hand
cool.
that literally every time he did a joke,
No, he did it. I
the
was.
Chinese whispers of the
that'd
comedy
be so
circuit.
cool.
Do you know Andrew Maxwell was the first comic I'd ever seen slag another comic off on stage in my first year of comedy? Got involved in it in Newcastle, and I was taking in all the things like the Superstitions and all of that stuff. I was like, because you're just like a sponge for it. You're like, I just want to be a comedian and I want to talk like a
I just
comic.
want to seem like a comedian.
You just say the same shit. Like, oh yeah, Pat Monahan overruns. Like, it's all the same, just to make you seem like a comic. And there is like an unwritten rule, isn't there, that you're not really meant to slag off another act on the bill on stage in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
And he walked on. There was a guy called Jeff who didn't last much longer. He was like a semi-pro, just trying to break through from paid 15s into sort of proper work. Andrew Maxwell had never worked with him before, and I'm pretty sure never worked with him again. And Jeff fucked off in the break after having a really difficult one. I was comparing, and Andrew Maxwell started his set by just slagging him off for about 6 minutes. And as a young comic at the back, like the
What, just saying he was shite?
They're going, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? And this guy he used to have a thing about looking like the Milky Bar kid. And he probably had a Milky Bar and got it out as a prop. And Andrew Maxwell was like, what the fuck? You got a fucking Milky Bar in your pocket? Now, this is a long time ago. And Jeff, I saw Jeff have good gigs. I don't know, he might still be around. He was a really nice bloke. But Andrew Maxwell was the first comic who'd been like, I'd seen be like, I don't give a fuck about the rules. But to just see him go, who the fuck has a fucking Milky Bar in the fucking pocket? And I was at the back going, this is a bit naughty.
You got to have some confidence there.
I loved it. But since then, it's like, what is the point of believing you're going to have a bad gig? You know if you're good, just do the fucking gig.
Yeah, the thing with the money for me is I'm more the opposite. I'm like, I'm taking the money because if I have a bad gig, I am not asking for my money.
Yeah.
I want my money
do you get
in my pocket because I feel cheeky.
If you've had a bad gig, you don't want to go over and go, can I have that fucking
I have the money
220
for that?
quid there?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
Brutal.
for that fucking big dump I've just took on your stage.
I always think like a tradesman. Like, imagine you trading the walls fucking on its way down, going, yeah, you still owe me like 400 quid for that wall that's about to fall over. So can I have that now? And you're like, you just thinking, no. But I always think like that. So I always think, no, I'll have the money now. I'll have a tag on my arse. I'm going straight.
Have you ever
out.
not invoiced for a gig because it's gone that badly?
Yeah. No. I've walked.
No.
I've walked and just gone, there's no way. I'd rather walk away without the cash than have to deal with the humiliating moment where you're like, can I have that money? And they're like, what, for that?
Exactly. Get the money in your pocket. See what happens.
If I died loads, if I had a history of dying on my hoop, maybe I'd have a tougher skin for it. But when you're used to doing well, there's but there's sort of like, you're almost like a little bit shocked that you've had a bad one. You know, when you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm quite good at this. So the one I remember particularly was in Chester for an afternoon corporate. And I just walked. I just didn't even say goodbye. I was like, it was so bad. It was eye-watering. And it was at the Abode Hotel.
Oh.
It was when the woman just leaned in as I was dining. Went, do you want to let us just finish our dinner?
It's like a naughty kid.
And she didn't do it to be cunty, to show off to her
was just
fucking
hungry.
mates. She was just like, this is so dreadful. not trying to embarrass you, but you just want to leave. And I was like, oh God. So I just walked. I didn't even ask for the money.
Was that your worst ever gig?
That's definitely, I think, up there.
What are yours?
Oh my God.
I can't think of one I ever went that bad. I think my worst...
I'm just struggling to remember anything that wasn't amazing.
It is a struggle, to be honest. Like, you know me, Danny, on a gig in Liverpool, so just fucking get on. It's happening! Everyone cheers from the rest of the...
You were a bit shit for about 6 months though, weren't you?
All my bad gigs are from when I started, which is when you meant to have bad gigs anyway. Yeah. So someone goes, what was your worst gig? It's like, well, I was about 6 months in, I was meant to be shit. And the problem is, all my bad gigs that I remember are ones that people come to, and they're thinking now, why did I ever ask people to come to a gig? Or why did I say yes when they said, can we come and see you?
You're excited and you want to be like, I'm doing this thing.
It's because when you start, you don't think you're going to be doing it for 15, 20 years. You don't think, in 10 years I'll still be doing it and then I'll be good. In your head, you're like, I'm giving stand-up a go. Do you want to come and have a watch?
Yeah, but now the same people who saw you when you were 6 months in,
I'm like, nah,
I've never seen you since.
I'm not.
And you're like, in my head, it wrecks my head because I'm sitting there going, come see me now. Come see me now because I will tear the roof off it. And you just know they're sitting there thinking, you're so shit, you.
You in Liverpool, I've seen you like absolutely hoof it, mate. It's a beautiful thing to see. Yeah. You're the cocaine nana story, which I'm not obviously, fuck me. I've like, Rob Thomas is in the middle. And in my head, I'm like, Rob's great, but I'm closing after it. And then halfway through that story, got that awkward thing of like, oh, God, I don't think I've seen this bit in Liverpool. That slightly sweaty neck thing of going, I'm going to really have to did my nana have any involvement in cocaine?
That bit probably taught me the most in comedy, that of like, you know, like different rooms and stuff. Because when you first go and you're saying like a sponge and you say shit that you don't even understand. Like, oh yeah, got to learn to read the room. You're sitting there thinking,
what does that mean? That's
I have seen you do the same set every time in every room. So how are you reading the room? Like a good comic though.
I read the same.
Not someone disrespectful, be like, so either you're illiterate or like this is all bullshit, and then you realise what they mean. Because that joke, I can tell that joke to a middle class audience, to a working class audience, and it's got to be told completely different. If I tell that joke in Chester, I've got to pretend to be horrified by what's happened in that joke. But if I'm in Liverpool, I just say it as it is, because everyone's just like, yeah, because that's what's happened.
Because that's what it's
like. Whereas in Chester, I've got to go, disgusting that, innit? Isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? Really in the back of my head, I'm going, just fucking life, mate.
That is a skill, isn't it? It's not a different set. It's just a slightly different angle to get into it.
Yeah, it's got to make them believe that you're one of them.
The Edinburgh Festival, it's just a slightly wordier, little bit more time on the ball.
Here's some more context.
And then, and then a really rough sort of Saturday night in Manchester, we're like, here's no context. Yeah, oh mate.
Right, before we go.
Oh no, we're going to have a word first.
Oh, we got it. I wanted to, would you rather?
Oh, go on.
Have you brought a would you rather?
Oh, go on.
Right. This is my favourite would you rather ever. Would you rather have 10 grand every time you suck someone off, or suck someone off once and be given 100 grand?
Can I just keep the fucking 4 grand in my bank and not suck any dicks?
No, you got there's 10 grand. Every time you suck someone off.
You're never allowed to just go, no.
Can it be the same person?
Well, no, it's got to be a different person every time.
So you've got to do it. You've got to do one or the other.
You've got to do one or the other. You can either have 100 grand.
But with each one, you have to suck at least one dick.
It's got to be a new dick. So for you get 10 grand every time you suck a new dick. Or you get 100 grand for the one dick once.
So you've got to be 11 dicks to be in profit.
Yeah.
I'm having a busy summer.
But you're looking like that, but how quick could you suck 11 dicks? Within a day, you could have 110 grand.
I love it how everyone's looking at me going, Dan, have you got a time frame on that?
No, but like with the 10 grand one, can I take that option and then just suck no dicks?
No, you've got to suck a dick.
Got to suck at least one.
Yeah, well, you're getting 100 grand. You got to suck that dick, or you're dying. Or you'll go, we'll give you 10 grand every time you suck a dick. You're not getting out of this question. Pick one.
So, but if I take the 10 grand one, I could suck one dick and then never suck another dick again.
Yeah.
Right, but it's got to be at least.
You get 100 grand for that.
Yeah, but he just said.
You can never do it again.
But he said if I take the option of 10 grand, if you take the option of 10 grand, suck one dick, get 10 grand, and then never use that power ever again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd do? I'd suck one dick get the 10 grand, fly somewhere fucking miles away, and just suck dick for an entire summer.
Yeah.
And come back and
But the other thing,
Carl, do you know you're in a different country? You know you're still sucking all those dicks.
Yeah, but no one knows.
Just because
you come home, like,
you're in Malta, you're going to remember all of that horrible.
I'd go to Bangkok and suck all the ladyboy dicks.
you go
See, that's fine then.
Yeah, then I'm more.
You really looked at me like, Dan, I've cracked it. I'm Mr. Adam.
I found the cheat. I found the cheat.
Mr. Adam, usually you pay me, but you're 10 grand.
No, but I'd
paying me, love.
rather suck a ladyboy dick than like yours. Do you know what I mean? They're fit.
So Dan, if you did,
He's got a point. Also, it'd be brutal you sucking my dick when I'm like, when are we doing the Patreon record this week? Oh, sweet. Whoa.
Dan, if you chose £10, 10 grand a pop, would you stay in your area?
Dan's like, how big's the commute? How big's the commute?
I'm telling you right now, if you all go down the 10 grand route, you'll do it once. He will do it once and then be like, that was the worst fucking thing ever. And then you've just got 10 grand.
I suck my own dick.
No.
Can you suck your own dick?
Can you?
I'll do a Marilyn Manson, get me fucking ribs out, and then wah.
Mate, I think you need to ignore those fucking Mackies that he throws at you if you want to suck your own. I think I'd take I think I'd go Thailand, take the 100 grand one off.
Would you? Why are you going to Thailand for the one off?
Because
go around the corner.
Because I can. You've just offered me He's clever to a point. You've just offered me 100 grand. I'll go to Thailand, get a really pretty one, like Mr. Dan, Mr.
So
Dan.
you want a ladyboy as well?
A big suitcase for you. 100,000.
I don't get it because once you've done it once,
exactly.
This is the thing you're thinking. You're thinking it's gonna be the worst thing in the world. I think once you've done it once, you'll be like, well, I've sucked it.
No. That is absolutely not true.
It's noshing men off, not Pringles. Once you
it's not like ruining your diet.
Once you pop, honestly, I was just gonna throw one dick, but
so you both take the 100 G's.
Yeah, I'd take one.
Do you know what I'd take? Genuinely, right? I'd take the 10 grand one, intending to just do it once. Take me 10 grand, right? And then I just know. Do you know, like, you're a cabbie. My dad used to be a taxi driver, and he was always like, good thing about being a taxi driver is if you need 20 quid, you can always go out and get it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd use my dick power for that. If you need 10 grand, you can always go and get it whenever I need it.
For a rainy day.
I would say I would do the same. I would take the 10 grand. I'd
raining?
do 10 cocks in a day, and then I'd always have it in my back pocket.
I'd just do the one. I'd
do it for the entire year. It's somewhere mad like Cambodia or something where no one knows me. And I'd be come back like fucking 100 mil.
How are you getting that through customs?
100 mil. Do you know what?
Someone do the maths.
Do you know that's 10 million dicks?
10 Olympics.
No, it's not.
It's not. Fucking hell, lad. You do the mathematician, yeah.
That'd be a 10 and a go.
Yeah, I reckon actually, without even the hypothetical, you could probably get that.
What is it? Someone do the maths.
It's 1,000. It's 1,000 dicks.
I'd suck you wouldn't suck 1,000 dicks at 100 mil.
Sorry, so it's a summer. How many days in a summer?
So what, 1,000 dicks?
90 days in the summer, isn't it?
90 days in the summer. It's one a day, and you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to do
like 13 a day there.
You're gonna have to do a few doubles.
Fine. 13 a day. Just do it from
one
like 9 till midnight.
No,
9 till midnight. Go out and midnight clubs.
Well, you enjoyed coming back with your big house and that awful PTSD.
No, and then I paid them round.
You're obsessed with it. Why do you think it'll be the worst thing in the world?
I'm really homophobic.
Yeah.
You'd have still sucked a dick, and you don't know on G's. I'll have sucked a dick, just loads of them, and I'll be a fucking multi-millionaire.
No, I'm taking the cabbie route. Me, I'd just suck one dick, 10 grand. Nice, it's there, and then do it on 10 grand again. Okay. Get your fucking knob off.
Wouldn't it be amazing if just Rob just got 10 grand out and went, well, lads, you know, Brendan got his arse shaved. Let's end this fucking episode 100.
No, I'd want fucking 15 to do his. Why? I don't know, lad.
Rob.
It doesn't look like it's going to smell nice.
Would you rather have £50 every morning or a blowjob? We've asked this.
Me?
Yeah, so every morning your dream lady comes in and gives you...
Do I ever get a blowjob again?
Yeah, but you get a...
But I choose 50 quid to still get blowjobs.
Yeah.
But you get it off your dream lady every day, like you fucking...
Already married to me dream lady.
Oh, he's nailed it. That's how you play the game.
But I'll take the money,
It's 14 grand a year.
Exactly, yeah.
50 quid under your pillow. Yeah. It's like it's like the tooth fairy works for the mafia.
Yeah.
Like it.
You have to.
Yeah, Adam takes the blowy.
So, yeah. But you take the blowy, you can't ever be with another partner again. Right. Because you're cheating on it every day.
No, they're fine with it.
No, they're fine with it.
They're fine with it?
Yeah.
I was honestly, you didn't set the stipulation. Fucking hell. But does it have to be the same woman all the
Yeah,
time?
it's your dream woman though.
Yeah, but
Aside from
my
you.
dream woman changes. So like at the moment, it might be like Margot Robbie. It was
Same.
5 years ago. It was like someone else. And I don't want Margot Robbie when she's 50.
It changes.
I want to be, if I'm 50, I don't want Margot Robbie when she's 60 sucking me off.
Yeah, it changes.
Can I ask Rob a question from this week's Patreon? Because I just want to get a bit of backup because neither of you backed me up. You both said I was a dickhead.
Go on.
If I give you an envelope,
Yeah.
I said in there,
Oh,
there's
God.
several pictures.
Oh God! How did I not know?
I agreed with you. I said I'd open it.
I need to know now anyway.
Several pictures of the Queen's fanny.
Yeah,
Would you look at them?
obviously.
How have we had one of the most like politically charged 15 minutes of this podcast for months, and the rest has been utter filthy nonsense?
Would you not look at
Amazing.
the Queen's fanny?
I don't think it's going to be as amazing as you think it's going to be.
It's not going to be
It's
amazing.
not the amazing. It's just the fact that you've seen something
And you can tell
that
someone-
very few people have ever seen.
No,
What if
no one's going to believe you.
Rob, what happens if someone gave you an envelope and inside was an erect picture of Prince Charles's dick?
Yeah. Of course.
I'd be honest.
If someone, right,
It's not going to reflect well. I'd be more tempted to have a look at that.
Yeah.
I really would.
Would you shag the Queen?
yeah.
Yeah. Would
silly
you bang the
question.
Queen?
Oh God.
I hope she doesn't watch.
If the Queen,
Is she a patron?
if the Queen turned up in your bedroom, right, and she goes, I've spoken to Laura, and Laura said you can fuck me up the wrongin'. Right?
Wow.
He was yawning before, and now he looks more alive. He was nearly having a nap, and now he's like, I'm back in, second wave.
Laura said you can fuck me up the wrongin'. I've left the corgis in the garden. Now get your fucking dick out and put it in my bossy. Would you do it?
What are you getting from it? Does she just leave
50
and
quid?
that's it?
I
50
can't believe you're not arsed about like seeing the Queen's fanny. Like, it's not.
I'm all right. She's 95.
If someone said to me, right,
Is she 90 or 95?
She's in the 90s, I think.
if there was a curtain in front of me and someone said the Queen's fanny, if you look at that curtain, you see the Queen's fanny, but if someone catches you doing it, 10 years in jail, I'd do it.
Really? At 10 years to see the Queen's fanny?
It's the Queen's fanny, mate.
That's mad, that, you know.
Oh,
Has it got its own little crown? What are you
I
excited
don't know. It's just an experience.
That's the thing.
You've never had
we
in your
don't
life.
know. I'd like to know.
No one knows.
Has it got its
No
own
one
little
knows.
fucking jewel?
Has she got a vagina?
Has she got a
Conspiracy.
vajazzle?
Yeah.
Could
I
see if
think
she's a
seeing the
lizard.
Queen's fanny,
Jazzle.
seeing the Queen's fanny is a once in a
This
lifetime
one for the
experience.
crown. This one for the biff.
Once in a lifetime
No,
experience.
I'm all right.
It's a once in a lifetime experience.
It absolutely is. But if I get my dick out and stick it in a letterbox, that's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, but
I
more
don't
people,
fancy it.
Like, it's not as much of a story to say I've seen Dan Nightingale's dick as it is to say I've seen the Queen's fanny.
I don't.
If I said to someone,
make a
I've
hell of a-
seen Dan Nightingale's dick, they'd be like, and what? If I said I've seen the Queen's fanny, they'd be like, tell me more.
It'd
Tell
make
me
a
more.
hell of a Patreon
Like, does
episode.
she have a scar?
Make a hell of an Edinburgh show.
What do you reckon
wouldn't
it'd look like? Do you reckon it's neat?
I don't think it's well kept. I've had this
Oh.
thought.
Do you reckon it tastes like stamps?
No, we're not doing. I don't think it's well kept because I think the problem is no one's allowed to be close enough to the Queen to keep it.
Yeah, I don't reckon she keeps it
And
neat.
she's-
Like,
Please, can we stop talking about Her Majesty's rat?
This is how you get
I
demonetised.
reckon-
This.
I honestly reckon.
Does it taste like...
I reckon she's got like massive pubes.
I do as well. Yeah.
Shut up!
I think
Oh,
everyone.
God.
I think everyone looks after everything in their life besides my fanny. That's the one thing she's got to look after herself. And I probably thinks, fuck it,
Golden
Yeah.
waffle.
leave it.
All old women have a little beard. Hers is just on a fucking muff.
Do you reckon she still shaves her legs at her age?
No. They're hairy as well. I reckon neck down, she's an absolute fucking beast.
Sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/have-a-word-part. Can we have a word with us? So this is Christmas.
The Queen's
I would
speech
love-
has just been on as well.
I would love it to have a word. It was like, so I have a friend who works at the Royal Palace.
Is it illegal to talk about the Queen like this?
Is it treason?
No, it's probably illegal to like threaten her.
To threaten her? Listen, Liz.
I'll turn his mic down. I've got it.
It's funny the way Dan shits himself over everything.
Rightfully so, though.
You fucking listening
I
to
know.
me, yeah? Hey.
Hey.
If we get fucking demonetized because you're fucking pussy.
Oh no. God.
Oh dear.
Wrap it up. Get it right. He's been up way too late for us to do one of our longest ever second sections.
You know, if we smash it and end up like on the Royal Variety or something, unlikely.
Yeah.
And then
Carl, you just said, does the Queen's fanny taste like stamps? And then you're like, one day though, if I get on the old Royal
I'm
Variety.
saying it'll be awkward, won't it?
Yeah,
We'll all be thinking it.
but I don't think we need to worry about it.
Seen this, so you're all right. Like,
Yeah.
imagine the Queen being
You
like,
meet them, don't you?
I
You get
don't
to
know.
spud her.
BBC Sounds watch it, so fucking hell.
You get to spud the Queen if you meet her. If you do the Royal Variety. If she's the one there. I would spud her. Said this to Hal Cutton, didn't I? Great, Liz.
I would do loads of anti-royal material, me. Like,
Would you?
Yeah.
I reckon you'd be cut off after 4 seconds.
I'd do what we've just spoke about. I'd turn that into a routine.
Do you know what I'd do? Remember in school when someone had crouched behind someone and you pushed them over them?
no, she's too old for that.
I'd
though.
do that with you. I'd go like, get it behind it.
Get behind him, Liz. I'll push at him. Do you reckon she'd be
Do you
up for
reckon
that?
you'd be
Little
put in
practical
prison
joke?
if you push the Queen over?
Yeah, 100%.
Because all these, she cut herself or something and they go,
Hey, what if he ends up in that prison where Thingy lives? What's his name?
Julian Assange.
No. Tower of London. Tom, the comedian.
Tom Horton.
Yeah, you just in prison going with you and Tom Horton every day starting a podcast. Yeah.
Because it's a crime against the Queen, you have to go to the Tower of London where
Yeah.
no one's a prisoner. Yeah. Well, it's a very sort of old sounding crime.
Finally get to use Hitler's toilet sort of thing.
Right, yeah.
I've seen that.
Poor old Liz.
Yeah.
Dan's such a royalist. She can tell
What,
us a story.
what could you do to the Queen, right? Which would be like a faux pas, but not imprisonable. Like, could you
Cupcake. Yeah.
Could you
Cupcake.
twist the nipple?
No, I think hug it. I
And
think
she
hugging
come
her.
along and she was like, hello, and I went,
Touch her. Yeah.
No.
I mean, if you did that to any woman, that's assault.
If you threw a fart in her face.
Oh, yeah, not touching you. Get on that, Liz. I don't think you're allowed to touch it in any way. I think that's a faux pas.
Yeah, I think you'd be. I think
can I
you'd get
blow
away
a
with
raspberry in
the
the face?
Oh, do you know what you could do? High five, too slow. Something like that. Stop her. Make it look
Give me
stupid.
5 to the side, up above, down below, too slow.
Ask her for
Do you think she'd go for the first 3? Fucking pissing me. One is pissed off.
Smell the
ask her
cheese.
for the fun war. Hey Liz, do you want a fun
Smell
war?
the cheese.
You obviously can touch her because you shake her hand.
That's the only.
I think
if
she invites you. To
I mean,
shake her
you
hand.
can't touch a person. Like, there's controversy when everyone touches a royal family member by like guiding them by the back and like, oh, can you believe that someone touched a royal
Fucking
member of the royal family on the back? Like,
What do you reckon would happen if you just started necking her, but she kissed you back? You know? She went like that, and you just grabbed her, and you just went for it. But she was clearly enjoying it. Like, you could, like, they zoomed in on the camera, and she was tonguing you back.
Mama, Mama like that. Mama like that.
So security comes over, and they're like, "Fucking get off her." She's like, "Leave him alone," right? And we're just getting into it. And then we get on the floor. She's fucking ripping me top off.
You and the Queen having
Got
a
a
moment.
crown on. I'm fucking going live on BBC One.
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon would happen?
I reckon you'd be sniped in seconds.
Oh,
Even if she
my
was
God.
enjoying it.
What do you reckon would happen if you,
Yeah.
if you RKO'd?
I think the next person at the Royal Variety would be pissed off that they'd have to follow you.
Yeah, I'm not shaking that.
What do you reckon would happen if you did the RKO? What do you reckon if Prince Philip came on
It's going too far.
and you just hit him with the RKO? What do you reckon would happen?
Yeah, what would happen if she come up to you, right, and she went, "What's your name?" And I go, "It doesn't matter what my name is," and rock bottom it.
You got 2 wrestlers mixed up.
I don't think it'd be good. I think it'd help numbers though. When you came out of prison, I think our podcast numbers would be up.
Would you carry on the podcast without him, or?
What if he got done for Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Queen?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up the pod for a lot of things.
Imagine how much of a god in prison you'd be though. Why are you in a stunned the Queen?
Honestly,
Would you get?
Yeah.
Would you get like a royalist?
There's
Would you know the way
we talked
the
about
way
in the live
people
show.
go the opposite spectrum. Like
We talked about the live show, like what crimes could we commit that would like stop the other
Yeah.
one. If he does anything that gives him that level of infamy, I will ride it out till he's served his sentence.
Yeah, but you're going to get another...
Because the podcast... Do you know what I mean?
You're going to get another host on.
Stephen Try's got started on by some five-a-side nonsense, and everyone's like, fuck, the internet's blowing up. What if he nipple twists Queen Liz? Mate, I know he won't be here for the next episode, but explaining it would be fun.
Yeah, but would you do what the telly does and then go extreme? Like, someone's been racist, the next thing they're standing next to like a black guy on the show with them. That's like, look, we're not racist. Here's a black... Would you
What, do you think I'd get Camilla Parker Bowles?
Basically, is that what you're going to do? Are you getting like Camilla or someone just on with you being like, hello, Daniel.
Really?
It's time to have a word for Camilla and Dan.
Oh, dear.
Listen, can we...
I'd ask the Queen whether she was responsible for killing Diana. I'd be like, was it you though, Liz? Come on. I won't tell anyone. Just whisper in me, yeah.
Just as you're shaking the hand, just pull it in for a hug and go,
Tell me, you bitch.
Yeah.
did you do it?
Yeah. How much did you pay Dodie?
Like, shut up,
You know,
You
hey,
do Dodie, don't you?
Hey,
Don't.
though.
you know if you asked her that,
Yeah.
would you then get in a car? I wouldn't get in a car again for the last 6 months. I'd be like, nah.
Why would you have paid Dodie? He's dead as well.
Yeah, but like, I think he was paid like martyr money, wasn't he? Hush, like, yeah, here's some
What,
money.
70 virgins?
Martin money?
No, it was
Yeah.
only Paul,
What's
wasn't
that?
Like, here's some money. Go and kill yourself.
Yeah? That's one of your stronger conspiracies.
No,
It
but
is a massive fucking W.H. Smith gift voucher. Now drive her into that fucking
The
tunnel.
thing is, though,
Nice one.
why do you think Dodie would need Martin money? Didn't his dad own like...
Oh, no, not Dodie. Sorry,
Alex?
that was a fella, wasn't it? I
Henri-
meant the driver.
Henri Paul it was.
Oh.
Henri Paul.
Paul.
Did he die as well?
He
Yeah.
was a driver.
Yeah, but he was smiling on the picture, wasn't he? Which means he was in on it.
Episode 100. 100. This isn't our first go. This isn't our first go, and afterwards we go, do you know, there's a couple of bits we might have to rein in. This is episode 100 with one of the biggest patrons in the UK. Oh, yeah.
No, but like, have you seen the picture when he's like...
Like he's going through Alton Towers on the fifth.
It's like he's on
It's like they told him it was
he's on the
coming.
log flume.
It's
He's
like, get ready, the must go down. Hey,
There's no way that, like, he didn't know. He knew he was about to die, and he's like, "Fucking paid for me Mars new house, yeah." This
the
one's
Queen
for
says
you,
to him,
Rob.
don't do the no hands bit. Don't do the no hands
Yeah.
bit. You can smile for the
How
camera.
You
much?
seen the picture?
How much?
Can you get the picture up?
How
Slide
much?
it in.
I'll slide it in.
Slide it in.
What,
The
like a
guy
car
just
crash?
before he died.
Yeah.
Slide that in. It's not Rob Mulholland with a hangover.
Have you seen it?
I mean, he is smiling.
He is, isn't he? Turn that round and show these, please.
Yeah, but Diana was meant to be dead funny, so I'm sure somebody just cracked the joke.
Look how fucking happy he is. That's just as they're about to crash as well. He's just at like 90 mile an hour there.
He's probably shitting
And
himself.
all the cameras were conveniently off. Oh, isn't that
Except for that
strange?
camera.
Yeah, except for that one. And he was caught smiling. That's what I'm saying.
Look at this one. He's going, way.
Look. Yeah. He's fucking made up. He looks like me in a Harry Potter world.
Google it
Fucking
yourself,
stood on
by the
Diagon
way.
Alley.
I'm not sliding that into the video. You have to Google it yourself.
This one's for you, Diana.
I've been watching The Crown and proper Team Diana these days.
Where were you when
you
Diana
sound
died?
it. You sound it.
Where were you when Diana
Why does
died?
that sound proper accusational?
Paris.
No, but they say like everyone knows where they were.
I was like,
We were too young, weren't we?
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah, they say everyone knows where they were when Diana died.
I know it also Michael Jackson died.
I've heard that about JFK, but
It is.
Not...
It's generation thing. So for Wills, it's Twin Towers.
Yeah.
We're way when the
I
Twin
found
Towers
out
comes
about the Twin Towers on the corner of the street I grew up on. I come home from school. We hadn't been told in school. And my mate, Adam Clegg, come up to me and went, heard about them planes in America? And my ma went, I'll tell you later.
I sat and watched them before I left school. Like I remember my mate's just got with a girl. She's 22. He's 37. Questionable.
No judgment. Oh, there is
judgment.
There is
There's loads of
sorry,
judgment, right?
right.
Loads of judgment. And my favourite thing to do him is ask him about all the things that his bird doesn't remember. Like, your bird doesn't remember 9/11. Ask your bird where she was at 9/11. She won't remember because she was 3.
Do you know what's mad? Your memory's false there.
Why?
Because you couldn't have watched it before school because of the time difference. It happened in the morning for them, not for us. It happened in the afternoon.
Oh, that's what I remember. It's a false memory then, isn't it?
It's weird that
Confabulated
the
memory.
amount of people who've got confabulated memories about 9/11 is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
And it was like a shift
And they
in
say- and they
the
say never
time-space
forget.
continuum, and some of us
What is it? The
moved into a
Mandela,
parallel reality.
the Mandela effect, isn't it?
The Mandela effect.
It is. It's called
Don't
the
believe
Mandela
it.
effect.
It's called the
It's just
Mandela effect.
the way
Do you know
YouTube
about the
gone.
Mandela effect?
They've watched the same documentary together in the
No,
box
no, we
seats.
haven't.
Googled that.
No, we haven't. Do you know about the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect
like
is
your
so
joke?
many people convinced that he died in like the 80s, but like there's people like what like when he died a few years ago, people were like he's already fucking dead. I remember him dying, but there was like hundreds of millions of people who thought that.
Who just missed when he got released from prison.
No, apparently like when something big happens in the world, it splits something to do with time, and apparently 9/11 was one of them events. Yeah. People have like you didn't watch it before school because it happened in the afternoon for us.
Okay, I believe you. Yeah.
You say
I'm really worried about those 100 million people that were like, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah. But like it's because when he died the first time.
You know what's weird? That Mandela thing. That Mandela thing. We had that with a lad round by ours who's a pisshead. He used to fall asleep in people's gardens. Me and my mates were like, he's dead, isn't he? No, he's not dead. I saw him the other week. I saw him sleeping on a roundabout. You can't have, he's dead. I heard he was dead 2 weeks ago.
See? It happens all the time.
Pissheads round his way. Nelson Mandela.
9/11.
and that cunt on Alton Towers log flume.
On report.
Yeah. Did you hear about Diana? She died at Alton Towers with Nelson Mandela.
But yeah, there's girls going there.
Diana died at Alton Towers. Who bought the photo?
Some girl going, yeah, I remember, is it the Hudson River?
There's the Hudson in the east.
Yeah, I remember looking over the Hudson and seeing the smoke billowing over. It was one of the worst moments in my life, and I was really little. And the mum's like, the girl next to her, we lived in fucking Boston. Like, that's not a true memory. Because everything's so confabulated from that day because of the Nelson Mandela effect.
I remember it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people not concentrating. Like it.
He's such an anti-conspiracy.
But Mandela is basically, it's a posh way of saying people being a bit thick, innit?
No, but look at all the evidence we've just put in front of Dan and he still rejects it.
Like Rob's just, I bet you can remember sitting there watching, can't you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's a lie.
Yeah. Didn't happen. Or did
it? Hang on, that's not a conspiracy. That's just the way the brain works. But Rob's isn't the most ridiculous, is it? Because that is 20 years ago. He was young. So he's misremembering when he watched something at home. But to be like, I remember when Nelson Mandela died, and then he didn't, is a jump up from there, isn't it?
It's also to do with like human events and how it splits. Something to do with time and how time moves, and we're all like different paths and stuff. It's interesting. Go and have a Google of it.
Do you think that's what's going to happen with you four and your live show? Like, remember when we waxed Brendan Reese's arse? No, you put a dildo up it.
It will, yeah.
Would you nipple twist the Queen? And then it's all about the time-space continuum, actually. No, enough of that. But it's. Did you remember?
It does make sense though, doesn't it?
I did toe fuck the Queen.
We've got range,
and now a lot of people don't remember. No, it's like the Mandela effect because I did toe fuck the Queen. Either that or I just scored a fucking blinder. Gerard,
we're just showing our range.
John, where were you? I was shagging the Queen.
The way I remembered it.
Where were you when Diana died? Remember?
I was 16. I don't know.
Wanking.
So where were you? Didn't happen in the middle. Didn't happen in the middle of the night.
Where were you when JFK got shot?
I think I was finishing uni.
I remember Michael Jackson. That's one for me. I was riding home with BMX with my ex-girl.
The JFK one's mad, innit? That conspiracy. Because Lee Harvey Oswald.
Fucking hell.
He definitely didn't act alone.
Feels like we are on the conspiracy vibe at the moment. All it needs is JFK in a rap battle, and it's literally December to a fucking
No, but have you seen like that footage where Lee Harvey Oswald, they go to him like, hey, why did you shoot the president? And he goes, fucking didn't do that. And then he was dead like an hour later because they fucking offed him. Because he didn't do it.
The what?
Yeah. He's like, what? I'm in charge with that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like he was like, I've shot someone, but it wasn't fucking him. I shot someone else.
Mandela.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You don't know that he didn't. So he
proved that he never.
Yeah, so prove that he never done. Prove that he never.
You know what I mean? And yeah, like Lee Harvey Oswald conveniently got killed before he could be
Didn't
tried.
he also plant some bombs in the Twin Towers before the plane hits them? You can actually see.
Yeah.
Like you see, there's pictures of Lee Harvey Oswald walking out the Twin Towers,
proof,
and you can see the like smoke, and the plane hasn't hit it yet.
Yeah,
and he's got a name badge on that says "I'm Lee Harvey Oswald."
And he toe fucked the Queen. And then he scored the third goal in Istanbul. Prove he didn't.
I was at Istanbul, and that's why I would see the Queen's fanny, because some things you can never gonna have a chance to experience again.
Let's end it there. That's the.
This is how you know it's been a long one. My fucking ears hurt from the headphones. Oh God, Rob Thomas, episode 100. What a wonderful load of nonsense. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much for coming. Mate, that is a very kind couple of presents.
And I really enjoyed that, Mackie's, even though it was freezing.
It was just to wind you up, to be honest. And you didn't get wound up at all. So that was really I mean, my bird literally said to me, I don't think it's got the effect you think it's going to have. And I was like, no. He's going to be like, oh, fucking that Mackie's thing. And
I was hungry.
You were just literally like, fucking double cheeseburger with options for.
Where can we all find you? Where can we follow you?
Follow me, Rob Thomas Comedy on everything. Go to me part. If you like NFL, literally, I'm on here I haven't spoken with that at all. Like NFL, Far From Lombardi podcast. It's very good. It's basically, it's like this, but about the NFL. It's just very toxic.
Far From Lombardi.
Far From Lombardi.
And
It's got like a green logo, hasn't it? So if they search it on like...
It's got a green logo, 2 normal hands, 1 little one.
Yeah.
And I hope you've had a nice Christmas. And to another 100. Ads on ROWE.
In 2 years' time.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Shout out to our Becky. He'll probably just seen you 2 days ago. You fucking knobhead.
All right, Becky.
If you want any merch, there's still some merch left. haveawordpod.com. And obviously, as always, we do an extra episode every single week on patreon.com/haveawordpod. You also get early access to this stuff. You get early access to the live tickets. Like, obviously, we very recently did a live show. There was only 100 tickets available. They went to £10 patrons. Like that, mate. And you get discounts on all sorts of stuff if you sign up for Patreon. Go and do that. Keep supporting us. Follow us on all the social media. I'm Adam Rowe. That's Dan Nightingale. That's Sensei Carl. That's Finn over there. That's Rob Thomas. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.